All right, so I probably gotta do an update. Like,
I
should I
don't know.
restart?
I don't know. Maybe.
It says no. It's got all these other fucking weird people.
Stuff amazing.
It doesn't even have you online again. Friends. Oh, nasty time. Okay, join game. That was weird. Alright. That's insane.
What's up?
Well, like Erica puts a post on Snapchat, and then so she's doing this local dude that's doing the Cranberries. So like he's actually playing pretty good, and then right when he gets to like the singing, shit stops. It's like what? Like you can't do that.
Who's the heavyset dude? Oh, you ever see the channel with the heavyset dude where you think he's gonna cover a song, and he'll play the song in the background and be like covering Slayer, Rain and Blood, and he's like tapping on this like electronic drum set, but he sings Smash Mouth All Star every time.
I do not know what you're even talking
Dude,
about.
it's fucking funny. It'll be like, it'll say it's a Slayer, like he has one where it's like Slayer, Angel of Death cover, and at the beginning it's like playing the riff, and then he's like kind of playing the lead drum intro. He's like dot 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 dot. Then he just starts to play a simple drum rhythm, and you think he's gonna go into playing the song, and instead of singing the song, there's no words to the song, and it's him going, "Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me." He's just tapping along to the music in the background. He sings the same song every time. I gotta find him. Smash Mouth cover guy. I found him. His name is John Sedano. He's got 1 million followers. So, like, he's got this one Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit cover. I'll send it to you.
Yo, I've actually been going back into music, like heavy into music, but no,
Fuck, dude, it's
what
great.
the fuck, dude?
I'm gonna send it to you. It's fucking funny.
What, like, that's like our singing almost.
Wow.
Oh, you just sent it to me.
Speak for yourself. He's got the honey in his voice.
Raul. There's honey in your voice, Raul.
That's fucking funny.
Yo, okay, so listen. I've actually lately been following a little bit of like Nick Jonas.
Oh boy.
Yo, listen. Outside of the little boy band shit, when they went single, Yo, this dude Nick Jonas has been hitting. Yo, this
He's been
dude
hitting
actually. Yes, I know that. But yo, this dude, I'm telling you, this dude actually, when he was a little bit younger, actually made a fucking kind of like a little blues band. Put a little blues band together called Nick Jonas and the Administration, and I was listening to that shit. I was
the
like,
Administration.
that's just dope, right? Nick Jonas and the Administration. But yo, okay, here. So,
are you hopping in or?
No, go ahead and play, cause like, so I've been listening to this Nick Jonas and the Administration. So it's got a song that hits, right? So, it's got a song that hits. Technically, his voice is not kind of like a Southern blues band kind of thing. But for someone else, the shit is funky and is good. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, if it wasn't like a boy band voice, it would be kind of good. But the fact that he's being trying to like see where he can go with his, brand on his own is kind of cool. But like some of his songs are actually pretty good. Like the song is actually good. It's called State of Emergency, and the shit fucking kind of hits. Yo, the dudes that he's got behind him musically,
he's like State of the Emergency on that ass.
Yo, the dudes that he's got behind him on this band are fucking legit. They're legit.
Is he as legit as that drummer at the church party?
Yo, the bass, lead guitar, and the drumming is fucking amazing on it. I was listening to it. I was like, at least not. Okay, this dude is trying, but at least he put a fucking band behind him. Yo, the band is fucking legit. It's like,
yeah.
And I was like,
I bet you did a cover of. I said 1, 2, 3, tight head custody, because you look so fine and read them all, make you mine.
Well, you know how you like to butcher that song.
That's the cover right there. I get thrown in this game of domination, get my ass whooped.
Okay, I'm just watching you. Am I in this? I think I'm in this.
Oh, I don't know, are you?
No, I'm not.
I just did such a scumbag move. The dude followed me to the room, and I was just like, boom, shot him from behind the door.
Oh, I am in this. Oh, you're doing domination.
I would like, if once you're ready, we can get an invasion and level up guns. Invasion's fucking fun, dude.
Charlie. Enemy securing Charlie.
You know what, fuck it, it's only 8 o'clock. I mean, Jesus. You fucking acting like a pussy out here like I don't want to fucking play video games. Like I've been playing video games every fucking day for 10 hours, which I haven't.
I've barely been playing too.
Right,
as much as I want to.
I better get off my fucking punani and start playing some video games tonight. Alright,
we're losing Bravo.
Cluster mine ready. Strike on standby.
I'll finish this game and I'll pick you up.
I'm actually in this.
Oh, okay. You
We
probably
control
are. You
2
against me?
objectives.
No, we're the same
I'm on
team.
bottom,
The enemy
but
took Bravo.
He says I'm on bottom. Dude, these dudes fucking camp. Drives me up a wall, dude.
Alright, I'm gonna leave this game because like it didn't give me any. It wasn't allowing me into the game. But I was watching you.
Solid copy. Order strike on the way.
Enemy securing Alpha.
Switching mags.
Enemy captured 2 objectives. Move to secure.
Reloading.
We've lost half the field. Fight back.
Good effect on target.
I'll back out and pick you up if you want me to.
We're taking Bravo.
No, go ahead because like
Just round them.
I'm sitting here texting and like trying to maneuver this shit.
He says maneuver.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Friendly
I
UAV on station.
gotta be honest, and I heard this somewhere, but like, my generation, my generation, where
Hostile
my
UAV
age
in the
group is,
area.
we're actually the
Securing
last
objective
group
Charlie. Quick
that
fix
aren't
online.
connected with the phones and everything. So I'm like, still like I know computers, I know phones. That's my own personal thing, but really my generation is the last generation
taking
before
Charlie.
this new wave of phones and everything. So it's like
Flash out!
when I do
secure.
texting and all that stuff, it's like it's always disjointed to me. Like I'll
Enemies
see
taking
Darren doing
Alpha.
shit and then playing video games with like blah, 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 and, yo,
We're
back and
losing
forth, and
Alpha.
I'm like, oh shit, I can't do that.
Enemies taking
I
Charlie.
wasn't geared towards that because
Bravo.
remember,
Dude, getting B is impossible on this. I'm listening.
when I was growing up,
The enemy took
when I was
Charlie.
in my teenage years, we still had fucking beepers.
Yeah, I mean, even I can understand to a degree. Yeah, I'm good on my phone, but I also I wasn't had anything like that until I was 20. So, like, I had it when I was like, these kids have them when they're fucking 12.
Yeah, I mean the new
Securing
generation
objective
is
Charlie.
like just so far past us, and like I'm still like I can text and I could do that thing, and I know like my dad, the generation before me, like my dad,
The enemy
still
controls
prefers
two
like
objectives.
talking on the phone, and if he
Taking
does
Alpha.
text, my dad will text basically no what the shit. Like that's kind of his thing, and the spelling has to be correct and all the other stuff.
Losing Alpha.
It like it throws him off.
Hostile force
Like-
right near your position.
I've said a couple words and just quick texting, and he was like, "No, it's spelled like this." And I'm like, "You're too old school. You gotta just roll with it." And like, but I'm still kind of like, when I'm getting serious texts from people, I still have to just stop, move over to do what I gotta do in the text to get my point across, and then come back. So it's like sometimes I'm like, no, go ahead, play video. You'll go ahead up without me.
Bravo.
I gotta do some shit.
We're losing Alpha.
God, this map might be the worst map of the game. It's fucking bad.
Enemy securing Alpha. The enemy has captured all objectives. Assault
Back it out of
center
the shit. Oh, Darren sent me a video. Giovanni. Hey, Gio.
Hey, you want some pasta
Hey,
and meatballs?
hey. Alright, I'll pick you up. Pick up that ass. Be like, yo, Gio, your mom just put gravy on the stove, Gio. Hey. He's gonna be like, what the fuck are these dudes talking about? So what if this is the night the Eagles lose to the worst team in the league? That would be brutal. Dan would be like, Haley, hold the kid. He's like freaking out, kicking shit. already got past the kid off after 2 days. He's like, Haley, hold little Gio before I go crazy.
The thing is the team, how the team is built, and the young players, they keep it close, but then they end up getting burnt at the end, and then they bring it back. They bring the game back when they score at the end. But this is a team that, like, at any point can kind of bring their good game, and on a Thursday night, bring it and get a dub. They're that kind of weird team that, like, okay, it's on a quick turn on a Sunday. You're playing on a Thursday. It would be Houston that would get you on a Thursday.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just sets up that.
Jaleel Johnson. A lot of young bucks playing on this team. There's your boy, Derek Steely Jr., boy Jalen Petrie, underrated. Try to tell people coming out of college. No one listen. I sent you an invite, we may.
Yep.
All right, so we can play Invasion and start leveling your guns up. Invasion's fun.
Okay. Give me a second here. I'm going. Okay, let me accept
good.
the invite.
You're good. I'm just watching.
Let me set that invite.
Be right back.
Ooh, pork rinds. Just give me half a second. Give me
All
half
right.
a second.
Oh.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right. I'm gonna play a couple, and then I'm going to not play, but I'll be on the mic. I've got to pack my bag and get my car set up
All right.
for the trip. Okay, but I gotta find my phone. I think I put it out here. It is. Where the hell did I put my phone? Hold on. It's connected to. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
invasion.
All right.
Use invasion. It's fun, and it's like the best way to upgrade your weapons. So basically, with invasion, it's similar to the ground war, like a conquest mode, except for you kind of just gotta outkill your opponent and like drive them back and push them across the map. You're taking territory over. And so when you go in there, there'll be groups of guys, real people playing against each other, but both sides have these AI bots that are really good. Like you'll get sniped by AI from distance. They'll fucking prang you. Like the AI is ruthless. So like every enemy you see, you got to be on point. You got to take them out. And the maps are dope. They're huge. So we'll play some of that. So use whatever weapon you want to use. The weapons you want to upgrade. You just try to kill as many bots as you can as you try to push across the map. And if you can get a good angle, if you can push and kind of get behind enemy lines, like not actually be like level where you're trying to push them. If you can get behind enemy lines and find where the bots are spawning, you can start fucking picking them all off. Then you score a shit ton of points. The best way is to get across on the roofs. Find roofing systems where you can get all the way across and start taking them out.
Okay.
All right, let's see if this game's gonna start. See if Daddy wins some money tonight.
Oh, I gotta put that game on my fucking phone, probably.
So I have a parlay tonight. $5 gets me 800 something bucks if it hits. So I need Damian Pierce to score a touchdown, Jalen Hurts to run in a touchdown, Devontae Smith to score, and Dallas Goedert to score. And as long as Houston is held to 13.5 points or lower, and the Eagles score over 30, my $5 turns into 800. Uh-oh, these Texans are out here driving. Is this a night? Alright, let's do it, dude. Get ready. You watch your dudes all start screaming. They're like, "Allah Akbar!" Shit. Yeah, well, we have the, so there's all kinds of drops. There's places to refill ammo.
Me Lovey Smith with my beard.
There's all kinds of places you can pick up ammo. The map will procedurally like drop like kill streaks. You can just run and try to pick them up while you're getting shot at. You just fuck shit up. Right, you're in, right?
I guess I think it froze up on me.
Oh no.
Oh,
say it ain't so, Jack.
It froze up on me.
No.
I might need a restart here. This is kind of acting. No, I need to restart. I'm sorry.
God damn it. It's okay, I'll back up.
It froze. Okay. It froze up.
Did it boot you?
No, it didn't boot me. It's just frozen on this main screen where it's got you as a leader and then me in the background.
Alright, back up. We'll try again.
It
says you're in here with me.
No,
you at the home
here's
page?
what I'll do. I'll jump into another game and jump back. Because it's just totally locked out.
Well, I'm at the home screen now.
Okay. I'll jump back in.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I love these fucking helmets here for the Texans. They're fire. This glossy, like, red.
Hold on, let me see what we're working with, because I got
Dude,
this shit
these
on
helmets
my phone.
are awesome. Davis Mills, they're driving. Rex Burkhead says first snap.
They're not good. Stop it.
Dude, Davis Mills out here, dude, they're driving down the field on them.
With the red? No, they're not good.
Oh, no, those Davis are awesome.
Mills, they're awesome, but Davis Mills is not going to be the quarterback.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is
they're going to go for a quarterback
right now on this drive.
Oh, shit.
They're driving down the field.
Oh, Mills want to show out on national
No, for
TV.
sure. They're definitely not. They're definitely, if they're getting a top 3 pick, they're taking a quarterback. But this is awesome. They're driving. There you go. Oh, he catches it.
This is so bad how Al Michaels moves over to here and like they give the Thursday night games the shittiest fucking games. I mean, they gave them dog shit.
Oh, here we
next
go.
Time coming around, I would say, if I was Prime, I'd be like, yo, don't fucking try to throw us for fucking dog shit throw up games.
Here comes my Davian Pierce touchdown. Let's go. I need it. But then after this, they have to play lockdown defense on this team.
But I told you the Houston will come out to play and make it close, and then you'll blow them out at the end.
Come on, Damian.
But they actually do.
Here it is. That's all I need.
Pretty good.
Get in there, Pierce. Oh, he's so close.
Unfortunately, this is not going to save Lovie Smith's job. He's going to be the.
Well, I mean, he just started coaching, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he was with the University of Illinois, and then he comes here. And then they're looking at him as like, because he's a calming influence. He's part of that Tony Dungy tree.
Right,
they're
but they
very,
wouldn't give him that contract and not give him somewhat of a chain.
They're very religious. They don't cuss. They don't do anything like that. They encourage people, so they're kind of rebuild kind of dudes. But they're gonna dump them when this shit gets
Fuck.
fucking good, and that's the problem.
Course. So now that screws me right there.
They're gonna dump his ass. So they're gonna dump him, which is bad because he actually can build the team up. They have such young talent, but I don't like that, and I'm not saying that from a perspective of like he's a black quarterback. I'm saying it from a perspective is
Coach, you mean?
you give Lovie Smith time, he builds a quality squad.
Right, but you're thinking they're gonna fire him after a season?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they fire him after this season or next
that'd
season.
be crazy.
Listen, the Browns have been doing that shit for years. Even your Bengals have been doing that shit, firing people after a couple of seasons. Like, no, I think they're going to get built up, and they're going to be like,
No, the Bengals
no,
had
we
Marvin
need a...
Lewis since I was 13 years old, man. What are you talking about?
But exactly. But when they wanted to get more explosive on offense, guess what? Marvin Lewis was the fuck out of there.
Well, yeah, but like when you're there for what 15 years, you can't win a playoff game. You gotta go.
But they always move like
Not
Lovie
Mike
Smith
Tomlin.
Well, he's the exception because he's the defensive coach.
All right, so are you hopping in or no?
Nope. I'm gonna watch this game. I'm actually gonna turn this game on.
Okay.
No, but Tomlin's the exception, and I don't know how he's only gotten away with it because he actually wins fucking games. Which is he's gotten away with winning games with wicked subpar talent. He's lucky as fuck. You know what? Are you in a match yet?
No.
Okay, I'll get into a match.
I'll just play
I'll
quick
play
play.
this. Okay. I'm gonna see because I just unfroze, and then what I'm gonna do is and then because I can watch the game.
I just sent you an invite.
Okay. I probably had to redo this. I should be in. 7-0 Houston.
Let's add search to this.
Okay.
See how search is on here. Yeah, well that blows my shit because I need him to score less than 13.5, and if Dameon Pierce gets in the end zone, that's 14 points. Oh boy, what if? I mean, at the end of the day, you can't win every football game, and you're going to have games you don't play well against any team, really. But it's hilarious that I mean, what would you rather? Would you rather lose to a really good team, or a really bad team? I don't know. Probably a really
I'd
good
rather
team.
lose a Thursday night game.
Right.
I'll be honest about that. Because you can justify that it's on a short week.
Longbow 3-1 is on station.
It's like we need rest.
Longbow 3-1 flying outbound.
So we didn't bring our A game. It's a Thursday game. Fuck it. Okay, cool.
Try to see a little Derek Stingley action out here. Don't you love how, like, heading into the draft, we analyze all these teams, and there's always so many good players that your team's always in range of getting, and then we're like, oh, and I'm not getting over so bad. Every single draft that happens to your team, but no matter because your squad's 6-1. Let me go.
With a TJ Hawkinson's.
Yeah, that's a good pickup.
Yeah. And I think what we got in return actually puts that trade in our favor.
Hardpoint compromised.
Oh,
Secure
shit.
the area.
Oh, he's hiding behind the fucking desk. What a cock.
What are we doing here?
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what we do. We hide. Oh.
Hardpoint. Stand by. Area updated. Move to the hardpoint.
Reloading.
Suck a fucking dick. I'll take top of the leaderboard.
Enemy personnel at the hardpoint.
Fucking loser.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Oh, these dudes are such scumbags.
Yeah, there's some.
Have your
Enemies
back.
inside the perimeter.
Out.
Locating the new hardpoint.
Yeah, right. All these dudes play like a bunch of fucking hoes in this game, man. I'm telling you. The worst part is this game fucking rewards that shit.
Flash out.
Yeah, it definitely is a bad part of this.
Changing mag. Throwing
Oh my god.
Semtex.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by.
I know none of these fucking maps.
Semtex out.
Location updated. Capture the
bitch.
hardpoint.
Oh my god.
The enemy's gaining ground. Push them. Enemy personnel at the hardpoint. Friendly UAV online.
At this time.
Changing mag. Flash out.
Contact. Reloading. Target sighted.
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
I love how our grenades aren't doing anything. Okay, so shotgun from 5 feet away doesn't do anything apparently too.
No.
Fucking wench.
Throwing flash grenade.
Quick fix online.
Switching mags.
Locating the next hardpoint. Get ready. Enemy personnel at the hardpoint.
Reloading.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Whatever, y'all a bunch of hoes.
Location
anyways.
updated. Capture the hardpoint.
Oh, this fucking asshole.
Throwing Semtex.
Really? Jump out the fucking
Secure
window.
the area. Enemies inside the perimeter. Enemy personnel at the hardpoint.
Loading.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hostile UAV in the area. Target area updated. Move to the hard enemies inside the perimeter.
Loading.
Enemy personnel at the hardpoint. We're getting hit hard. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Flash out.
Enemy UAV active.
Changing mags. Fire.
Personnel at the hardpoint.
Switching mags. Changing mags. Semtex out.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the
Yeah,
area.
right.
Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target. Our mortar strike is inbound. Enemy personnel at the hardpoint. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Enemy contact.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Get the fuck out of here. I had to jump on this dude.
Throwing flash. Changing mags. Flash out.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Wow, they're all in there. Fucking
Hardpoint
losers. That's all for
relocating.
them.
Stand by. Hardpoint compromised. Secure
Oh, they
the
got a
area.
fucking. Of course they do. That's something we should start doing when we play hardpoint. Everyone needs to have a fucking.
Capture the
The
hardpoint.
thing that deflects the fucking. What's it called?
Hostile UAV in the area.
Radar?
No, what's the thing that deflects the trophy system?
Trophy system. Yep.
Loading.
Enemy personnel at the hardpoint. Friendly mortar strike on the way.
Wow.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Locating the next hardpoint. Get ready. Hostile mortar strike in the area. Friendly UAV on station. Target area updated. Move to the hard point. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Mountain!
Enemy UAV overhead. Our UAV is moving.
Dude, you gotta be shitting.
Yeah, we're getting fucked. We got fucked.
Mission failed.
No.
Return to base.
I wasn't a huge help for that. All right, I'm gonna back out because I really need to.
Oh yeah, no worries.
I gotta get my clothing together and some of this other shit.
Yeah, just back out of the lobby and then I'll keep going.
Okay. And I kind of want to watch this game. Oh, remind me. All right, Ron. To see these Texans get this dub. Oh. Yeah, that's me. Come on now.
He says, yeah, that's me. All right. Oh, okay.
Come on now. Let's
Come on
load
now.
up.
Come on now. He says, come on now. Come on now, wee man.
Come on now, wee man.
Come on now, wee man. Wee man, wee man.
Had some pork rinds down here. The doggy came down. Was
Yo, pork ride this.
pork rind this. You got high blood pressure. These are pork rind this. Love that part in that movie. Armageddon.
Dude, I just got a giant fucking can to put on my shotgun. Oh no.
No.
Dude, it looks fucking hard. Movement speed, instability, bolt. Eco control, fire rate, stock.
You gonna play this now, or are you gonna do commercials?
I got a can on the shotty, dude. It's fucking over. This fucking can is gnarly. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes you just gotta put her on there. Sometimes, though, this sounds odd, but sometimes when you play and you got a can on a specific gun, it won't you won't be used to the way it shoots with it. You'll shoot worse for a while with it. You're even the sound, not being used to the gun going bap 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 like banging. You'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. 7-7. That lovey beard is serious because it's
Yeah,
white.
dude, that beard's gnarly. He's out there like, boy, I'm a man. God, this map sucks.
Domination.
Daddy!
We're losing Bravo. The enemy took Bravo.
Oh, this thing looks fucking monstrous with this can on it.
Flash out! Stun incoming!
Ah, of course.
Securing Alpha.
Hoo-wee, I might have found my loadout. M4 with the right attachments and the can. It's a fucking wrap.
Throwing flash grenade!
Secure
Get
Bravo.
that blue 10 up. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Enemy controls 2 objectives. Get securing objective Alpha.
Ah, Daddy, get in there.
Securing objective Bravo.
Reloading.
Get in there.
Says, get in, pork right there.
Enemy securing Charlie.
Get in there. I can't quit.
Took Charlie.
Oh, no. Fucking, what movie's that? Brokeback Mountain. When he's like, I wish I could quit you. Yo, that shit. That line is so fucking funny. I wish I could quit you.
Got your back.
He's like, that supple ass.
Control Charlie.
The way he says it with like a quiver in his lip. Like as if he'll die if he never gets them cheeks again.
Objective Bravo is compromised.
Dude, it's great. It's fucking great. It's actually a good flick. What sucks about this map, it's tougher to use the fucking can on this map. Oh yeah, it's a good movie.
I know, my mom always
Hardline
was like,
activated.
you should like,
Alpha secure.
What?
yeah, my mom thinks this is a great movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I was saying what, because I just died over nonsense.
Oh, okay.
Flash out!
Daddy says beware the can. Let's
Taking
go.
Bravo. Enemies taking Charlie.
Oh.
Objective Charlie is compromised. Get it back. Securing objective Bravo. Hostile UAV in the area.
This map is
Objective Bravo
booty.
secure.
Approaching
I
fire.
said, ooh,
Enemy securing Bravo.
I'm blinded by the light. Till I feel your
We've lost Bravo.
touch.
Grenade!
I said, ooh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right.
Is that The Weekend?
Yeah, that song's awesome.
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
There's
We're
actually
taking Bravo.
a couple songs on the album that I think are actually a little bit better than that.
Oh, I've never sat down with the album, so I couldn't tell you. I'll take your word for it.
Oh, is Justin Jefferson on the front of Madden now?
I don't know, but I'm hoping Madden goes on sale Black Friday.
Enemy securing Alpha.
Yikes.
Enemy UAV active.
Well, I haven't got my
We're
football
losing
fix.
Alpha.
If it's cheap enough, I'm gonna pick it up. Really, I keep getting killed from behind on
Enemy
this
took
map.
Alpha. Enemy taking Bravo. Enemy securing Bravo. Enemy UAV overhead. We've lost all objectives. We have to turn this around now. Secure Bravo. Quick fix activated.
Uh-oh.
Control Bravo.
Dude,
Interview Lovey.
this might be the worst map on the game. It's up there. This map sucks.
That means not gonna
We're
save you.
losing Bravo.
Dude, Lovey looks hard as nails, dude.
Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Securing objective Alpha.
You better be loving bitches down with that beard.
Hostile Hostile
Nah,
UAV
he's
in
got-
the
Lovey out here. Yeah, I bet. Lovey out here. Papa Blue
And-
Chew. It's a wrap.
No, he's got a wife. He's wicked religious. It's same as Tony Dungy.
Like,
It's
like
same
that's
as Mike
like let's never
Tomlin.
stop churchgoers before.
Fight back.
Right, but they're
Reverend
they're-
Wrong.
those-
We're taking Bravo.
Right, those dudes are
Check him out for his
wicked
compromise.
religious.
Yeah.
It's
Securing
Lovey
Alpha.
Smith, Tomlin, and Tony Dungy. It's all under the same fucking tree. And Lovey
So they're
Smith,
all
wicked
together.
religious.
Secure.
Yeah.
Like
Problem
together.
is no. But what they
Lord.
do is they don't rule with the iron fist,
Right.
which
Like
it
Mark
goes
Jackson did.
along-
Secure Bravo.
Yes. No, Mark Jackson was actually kind of like a hard ass
That's
in
what I'm saying.
being a Christianite. No, it's totally different. So Lovey Smith will encourage, Tony Dungy will encourage. Tomlin's kind of the harder of all the three of them. But
Tom
you
was
see
like,
the
Jesus wasn't a
result-
pussy.
Well, Tomlin rules kind of like where he's like, yo, we're men, we gotta, this is our job, we gotta rule like this. And he kind of can get to the base of dudes and be like, yo, listen, this is our job. This is not like we're having fun. Like, we still have to come out and present something. So he's gotten the most out of dudes. Oh, Mills out here trying to run, gonna get fucking cracked. So he runs it as like, yo, this is our job. But he doesn't make it like a hard ass group. And I think that's what he learned from like Tomlin and Tony Dungy and Lovey Smith in the mix or whatever, because they're all
Fuck you doing,
they all
Playboy?
coach the same. They all coach the same kind of defense.
Hostile
They're all
UAV in
the
the
same
area.
dude. The problem is that they're very soft when it comes to discipline, because unfortunately Christian dudes
Enemy UAV
want
overhead.
to think the best of people, not the worst of people.
Securing objective Bravo.
But
Which
in
is
the-
just bullshit. No.
well, in the realm of football, it's a fine line, because you're dealing with dudes that don't give a fuck. They're willing to have a car crash every time they slam into someone. That's a different
Like Chase
concept.
Claypool.
No. You know better than that.
Enemy
Chase
securing Bravo.
Claypool's over the top.
Enemy UAV active.
He's not a... Which I find that... But
objectives
the
secure.
Bears got him on the cheap. But not to get off script, and I'll get back to that. But not to get off script. I tend to think that Lovey Smith he is kind of a bridge kind of guy. Because what he'll do is if you want to sell all the stock, all the good shit, and leave the team with kind of young players and vagabond veterans and like we're looking to go get draft picks. I think Lovey Smith and that kind of coaching style fits in that favor, because you can get the most out of dudes, even young dudes, but you're not crashing into their egos. You know what I mean? You're kind of like coaching them up, like, yo, listen, you have ability, what you're doing is good, let's build upon it. They're not crashing into those. So that's a good setup for bringing young players in. It's going to coach them up. They're going to like Lovey Smith. He's not going to come at them and be like, you fucking stupid motherfucker, you don't know how to fucking run plays and all that. They're not going to he's not going to do that. What he's going to do is like, okay, this is how we not do stuff. This is how I want you to kind of run your style of football. It's within a concept.
Taking Bravo.
And then he's going to talk to them like they're men. It builds them up. So Lovey Smith is actually a build a team up,
We're losing Alpha.
but he's not a dude that's going to lead you to a Super Bowl. Still be like, okay, thank you for leading our team and building them up for 3 years.
We've lost Alpha.
Now we're going to cut you loose and we're going to bring someone in that can get these dudes to the fucking Super Bowl.
The enemy's advancing.
But with their assets and what they have, it's still going to be hard if you bring in a coach that really can coach them up.
We're taking Charlie.
the fact is that there is a fine line of getting in young talent
Reloading.
and letting that, and then bringing that young talent and having their level of success come to the surface. It's always a hard thing in the NFL, and I think that Houston is gonna
17 and 11.
We've been
Fuck.
defeated.
I think Houston is going to put themselves into a bad spot where they're going to have young talent, especially in the secondary and maybe on the defensive lines at spots. And when you're building a team, all of a sudden, 3-4 years comes around, you got to start paying people. And that's where the dilemma comes in. Who you're going to pay, who you're not going to pay, who you're going to bring in as free agents and pay them.
Right.
And how you're going to balance that out. And I think all these teams, because there's so much parity, who to give the money to, who not to give the money to, and that's always a huge dilemma with teams. And even that comes with like my team, that comes with your team. You got to pay people. Oh, Hurts, the ball is out. Turnover. Apple turnovers. So that's always a thing. And I think you play a fine line when you try to rebuild the team, go young, sell off the real good assets.
Oh, great play, whoever that was. 21.
And then build them up, because at some point, the young players, you got to pay them, especially if you value them. And then who are you going to value and who are you not, and how is that going to strap and minimize your team? Every team deals with that. So
This Texas team's playing smart. You have to go after Jalen Hurts. If you leave him an open pocket, a lot of dudes can win. You got to force him to fucking be off kilter. You got to get pressure on him and force him to make good throws down the field. Force him to think.
But this is the problem. This is the problem with Houston. They have young talent, and Lovie Smith can get into their ear because he does not put them down. He actually builds them up as men. He's like, yo, listen, we can do this. You're a good player. He does not do that fire and brimstone shit. He actually does the softness of like, yo, listen, he works with these players. And Lovie Smith does not cuss. Anybody on his staff, he does not promote cussing. He actually like talks to, so it's actually a perfect setup for young players, because it's like, yo, we don't come down on them, we actually build them up.
Right. They should keep Lovey, man. Get a good offensive coordinator in there. Lovey!
Yeah, Lovey.
Dude, if I was the offensive coordinator team, I'd just be going, Lovey! Every time I see him.
1 minute left.
Then Lovey would be like, I think you should come to church with me. I'd be like, Lovey, I love you.
No. But
No,
it's the same concept as like every time you see Phil Jackson and Scotty on the court.
I prayed for you last night.
Scotty, and then throw the triangle up.
Scotty. Triangle.
And then just start whistling. Scotty.
30 seconds remain.
It's like Scotty doesn't know what fucking offense to run.
Yeah. Well, I think it's funny how, like, he initiates it. Scotty.
Right, like, all of a sudden Scotty's not a high developing fucking player. That's a all-pro fucking, or all-defensive team player, first team.
Scotty was the man.
Top 50 player, and all of a sudden Scotty doesn't know how to fucking run a team or play on a team. It's fucking insane. And then Phil's like, Scotty! Like you have to remind Scotty how to play. Ooh. You fucking shoved him to the ground. I wouldn't feel good about that, Epps. Is that Omar Epps Jr.?
Omar of the Apps.
Omar of the Epps Jr. that just got shoved to the ground by a tight end. How?
That's what I was saying to Darren. He was like, I was like, Epps is solid. I go, Omar Epps.
Friendly UAV on station.
But they're too young to know who Omar Epps is.
Well, yo, loving basketball.
Bravo. Stand by.
Let go.
Cold-blooded.
God damn it.
All Saber.
And not only that, that's a
Stand
good
by to
fucking
detonate.
movie. I hate to say it, as a basketball fan, that's a good fucking loving basketball.
Oh, dude, the Texans, dude. Davis Mills says, "I'm keeping my job."
Don't do it.
Davis, there's another one. Oh,
Yo, he's gonna drag you down. Listen, Davis Mills is going to be giving up his quarterback position to anybody that's in this upcoming draft. You might as well.
oh, I mean, they're definitely, obviously, but like, considering the talent on this team, Davis Mills hasn't played bad,
Target and level it.
No,
in my opinion.
but
You can't
Let's
let
be
it stop
honest.
you from going to get the real talents.
But let's be honest, he's a very high quality backup quarterback. Let's be honest about his skill level. About it. He's not high level, front level dude. He's
Oh, that was gnarly.
probably in a real span. If he would have stayed in college and came out, he might have been a little bit more refined. But again, there is this concept that you bring a quarterback in, you throw him in, and he does a little bit well, and then you retard his ability to progress because he's behind a team that does not do very well. Hence, David Carr with the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
You kind of like retard their efficiency and their moving forward because like Sam Darnold, he goes all the time.
Darnold.
Sable 1.
Yes.
Check security on the objective.
And I think that can be problematic because it's like, okay, we drafted David Mills later in the draft. He comes in, he plays well. But is that really the way that you should bring him in to a poor-ass team so you can get him? So you're not really unleashing his ability. What you're doing is you're retarding his ability because you put him on a shitty fucking team and like, oh, this is the best thing we have, and
These
he
dudes
has
are
to
such
fight,
fucking pussies.
and he has to fight through all the muck. And then you give the ball up to a dude that can play. And it was like, well, why don't you give this dude the best opportunity to roll? Maybe because of his ability in the beginning, while you had him as your starter, he could progress forward. They don't give these dudes the proper opportunity.
Final minute.
And sometimes that's just the breaks. Like, Davis Mills actually could be a really good quarterback in this league. But
Every time he's out here making a play, I'm gonna be like, baby.
But at some concept, Kirk Cousins needed the time to progress. Washington kept giving him an extension and kept making him their starting quarterback.
Man, Washington was making him in their bitch for a little while.
But he was able to keep progressing, and maybe like this year is his ceiling. But the fact is that you've allowed basically an average quarterback to become a really good quarterback.
What if
But Davis Mills
Mills
that
the
opportunity.
future?
He's not the future. You know they're not going to make him the future. Listen. There's too
Listen,
many.
listen.
Be
If Daniel
honest,
Jones can
there's
get a
too many
contract
quarterbacks-
extension,
No.
hey,
too many
you heard
good
Adam.
quarterbacks.
You heard Adam. Six-year deal, $28 million a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. Let's exit him out of this equation. Let's be honest. With the quarterbacks coming out and with their high pick, Davis Mills is not going to survive.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, it's not an option.
Yeah. I mean, keep him as your backup, for sure, if you can.
And he will be the starting quarterback next year to be the bridge for the quarterback of the future.
Yeah,
Let's
probably.
be honest. So,
Dude, listen, dude, Daniel
probably
Jones,
Bryce Young
think
or
of
something like that. Or Bryce Young is probably going to be that
it's
quarterback.
Stroud.
and then-
Stroud's the best one.
Or that, yeah. I mean, they're going to get the high pick. So
There's a few guys. There's those two. There's a dude from Kentucky, DJ Ukulele has, or whatever, however you say his name is. He has all the tools.
Oh, from Clemson?
Yep.
Inconsistency is my problem.
He was better this year, though, wasn't he?
No, actually, he got benched against
What?
Syracuse. Syracuse benched him to bring in the backup because he was playing like poo-poo. And they only won 27-21 against Syracuse.
It's down to you, mate. Finish the mission.
And being a Syracuse fan, I gotta be honest, that's not a good look. Syracuse is not bad. They're playing above their level and how they're coaching up, but this kind of thing sets up for Babers, this kind of team.
Ready up for the next one.
But they lost against Clemson. They got smoked by Notre Dame, and that's the level. They're a good team against average teams in the ACC.
Well,
not
you
a
know, it
high-level
stinks.
team.
I just feel bad for the Giants because they're going to be exactly what Adam said last year is unacceptable. They're going to be a team that can make the playoffs and not do much because they don't have the abilities that it takes to win. They can't get a lead. They can't play from behind. They can't throw the football down the field, no matter how good the rest of the team is. And so guess what that's going to get them? It's going to get them not having good draft picks, and it's going to get them knocked out of the playoffs or possibly not make the playoffs. So you Super Bowl or bust, you're neither of those.
Well, okay, so here's where I'll push back on a little bit of that. I believe that, and you and me have said this, Daniel Jones is a starting quarterback in this league and can be a starting quarterback for the Giants. I think that because they did not pick up the fifth-year option or going to, I think they're going to end up paying for that because they're going to look around and Dayball is actually going to want to stick with Daniel Jones. He has the ability. He just has to reel back the turnover. But here's my problem with this team. And this is my honest problem with this team.
All Saber. Take the target. Enemy
They've
UAV
gotten away
overhead.
with a lot of stuff. Offensive line, good running back play by a dude that's actually does not stay healthy, who's actually stayed healthy. They have no receiving core. And technically, on paper and in person, I don't think their defense is as good as well as they have played. And that to me is what's going to
Showed over the weekend.
ugly head. Yeah, it's going to rear its ugly head around some of this time. But I still kind of think that team might be able to get 3 teams into the playoffs based
Enemy
upon the
UAV
other
active.
divisions.
Right.
And the Giants get in. I just think that what Dayball is going to have to do is they're going to have to really wheel and deal in the free agency next year. And it's not going to be about draft picks. It's going to be more about if you're going to go with the Daniel Jones and that's going to be your guy, which I think he's good enough to be a starting quarterback. Not only that, a starting quarterback for the Giants. I just don't know what the price tag is going to be where it's going to strap that team.
But if
you
Lamar
go for-
Jackson hits free agency and you're the Giants, are you signing Daniel Jones?
Giants, trust me, Giants ain't signing
30
Daniel
seconds
Jones.
remain.
I hate to say this, but that's not the Giants' way. They're not going to sign Daniel Jones. I promise you.
Because, like, if Lamar Jackson hits free agency like he's supposedly slated to do, we'll see. I think he signs with the Ravens, but...
I promise you this. It would be
a feeding frenzy, dude.
No, I'm telling you, it would be like the Falcons. It would be like...
Oh, yeah. I want to see him go to the
even
Jets.
Maybe even the Titans.
Titans,
It would
yeah.
be... It would be one of these
Steelers?
Saber 1.
teams that is like, you know
Steelers?
what? The Vikes.
Oh, wait. When is Kirk's
remember-
contract done?
No. But he has a no trade clause. But after 2023, he's tradable. But
Okay.
in return, if Baltimore thinks that they're gonna lose Lamar, we can always get into a trade option where it's like, listen, Kurt, you won't
Hostile
lose your
cruise
money.
missile incoming.
I think they have hamstrung the team, but it's like we have options to get out of Kirk Cousins. It's not.
We have the device.
You still there?
Setting
Yes, I'm
device
still
on
here.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Final minute. Bomb planted. Set containment. You're all that's left. Finish it.
Really? These guys are fucking lousy on this game, dude.
But we always sit here and haggle over where someone would go. I'm almost positive that Lamar Jackson would go to a team. Yo, Lamar Jackson could go to like the Colts. It's fucking crazy in that way, where he can go to any of these outlier teams that we're not thinking of, and the team is like, yo, listen, offensive weapon, could throw the ball around, we can develop an offense around him, and I'm telling you, his value is high.
Whose
willing
value?
to pay?
Jones?
I think, listen,
I don't
we've
think so.
had
I
this
mean,
discussion.
I agree,
We had
but
this
there's a
discussion.
difference between
I
a
think-
dude being a starter and being worth paying and growing your team around. Their team's not good enough to even yet to grow around any quarterback. You need a really good quarterback on that team.
But let's be honest, he's a high-level thrower.
He's solid.
He's played way above what I thought he was coming out of college. That's a guarantee.
That's for sure. His rookie year,
Way above
anyways.
that. And I've seen him make high-level throws in this league. It's not like he's an average quarterback. I think he could be a frontline starter. You just have to deal with his turnover ability.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
his
like it.
problem. And listen, you put a good offensive line around him, a good run game, maybe some good weapons. We're talking about a different fucking dude.
Search and destroy.
And then we're just talking about you just have to manage his turnovers. As a
I guess,
personal-
but I
as a
also don't.
quarterback.
I also don't think he's been playing like lights out this year. I think he's been playing all right this year.
No. But
I think people are overplaying out
No.
while he's playing.
right. But you always know with all these quarterbacks, a good record does play in their favor. So whether they play like Dookie or not, still 6-2 in this year's league is high fucking level. I take it all day. And in that division where it still keeps them in the mix, man, you like I hate to say this. Even as Washington being at 4-4, 4-4 is not good in that division. It's you're almost out of it. You're better off like in another division being
Mission complete.
like
Solid
2 and
work.
6. That's just being honest.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
I just don't think that team's where he thinks they are. Like, he confidently is like, oh, extend Barkley, extend Jones. It's like, yeah, I don't know about that, man.
No.
You might want
No.
to see the market first and see what else you can get before you just go
No.
and give a running back who's hurt every year money and give
No,
a guy
he's
that's
definitely-
okay money.
let's be honest, he's definitely delusional. But we're talking about one person being delusional about their team.
Right.
My dad, my brother, they're Giants fans. There's a different perspective there. But my dad, and I gotta be honest, my dad feels that Daniel Jones is a good enough quarterback to be the Giants quarterback. The price might shift him. But the fact is I've watched their games with my dad. Daniel Jones is a high level throwing quarterback in this league. He's good enough to
Okay.
be a frontline starter, And I believe that. I've seen how he throws. You just have to and I don't
Right.
wanna
So
say
what's
this.
the price tag for that then? So I guess if everyone's going to say that he's the guy for them, what's the price tag for that when I could get Teddy Bridgewater, who's just as good, for half the price? Tannehill, he's going to get. There's guys that are just as good as Jones that don't get paid what Adam says he wants to get paid.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna be honest.
So what's
here,
the
and I think
price?
I'm gonna be honest here, and this is where we're gonna differ. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is a Daniel Jones, and I'm not saying that they're far off. I'm just saying
not in talent, but effectivity. How effective they are on the football field.
And I'm being serious to that. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is as effective or as an effective high-level thrower as Daniel Jones. I just see it in person. Teddy Bridgewater is good, but he's not a dude that threatens downfield. And I think that if we're talking PFF and how we think, I don't think that Teddy Bridgewater fits into that mold or to that mix. I'm not saying Teddy Bridgewater is not good, but Teddy Bridgewater is the cusp of a good backup quarterback, and we've seen him with the Saints. Can get you dubs, but the dude ain't gonna throw downfield consistently like that. So that's where his deficiency is, and I think Daniel Jones attacks downfield a little bit more than Teddy Bridgewater. Right. So now we're getting to price. The level has come up. I think Daniel Jones is at least anywhere from a $22 to $25 million quarterback. That's a decent price.
So then we also haven't talked about the fact that quarterback's the only position that moves betting by a whole point. It's the most important position. So you're okay with just having a C+, possibly beat the most quarterback for the right price, and hoping that you could play the style of football they're playing now and put enough players around him to sustain it more consistently. When you have Daniel Jones and you don't have enough talent around him, you can't play from behind, you can't get leads. He's not that efficient down the field, even though he attacks down the field. And that could be the weapons. That could be the weapons, but we won't know until they get weapons. Are you going to get weapons there? You know, that's the thing that people like to talk trash about the quarterbacks all the time, that they're not that valuable. I would say they get I would say they also I would say, I don't know, I would rather be chasing a really good one than trying to put a whole entire, like the amount of teams that did the whole, let's just, it's a good strategy. Get the quarterback on the rookie deal, build the team around him. But those quarterbacks, the teams that do that and win Super Bowls, the handful of them done that, they had an exceptional quarterback. This isn't like, I took Taylor Heineke on his rookie deal and built a really good team around him and won a Super Bowl. It's usually, we did that with Russell Wilson. Or we got to Super Bowl with Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? The contrast in that style of play is different. So, we've seen them right now struggle because of the style of play. Do you think you can get enough on the team to sustain that with an average quarterback?
But I don't so here's the thing. If we're look at from my perspective, I don't think Kirk Cousins is an average quarterback. I think he's a very good quarterback. So
yeah, Cousins is better than Jones.
Right. But I think he's a very good quarterback that's getting paid a little bit more above his skis. So I'm also down with that program. Like, you're giving a lot to a dude that puts your team, put your team on the level where it's like, okay, you're going to put a lot into the quarterback, but you need to put weapons not only on offense, and to build around him to make him better. but also you got to build a defense that can hold
Right.
and make him look better. So
Right.
I'm coming from that perspective. So with Daniel Jones, I'm saying and I'm coming from the perspective is, let's be really honest. You really think you're going to get 31 quarterbacks that are going to be very good quarterbacks? No, you're not. It's just the one position where every team is not going to have a high-level quarterback.
Oh,
So-
for sure.
Right.
But I'm saying,
with
so are you
that-
just going to pay and not take shots at trying to get them? I don't know. I just think it's weird.
No. But I think that the shots that you're trying to get a better quarterback is very limited. I don't think it's out there.
Well,
And
teams get them.
That's right. But it's also the same in the same respect why the Vikings decided to pay a lot of money to Kirk Cousins. Are you willing to pay a lot of money for a very good quarterback?
Right.
Or you're willing to kind of go with kind of a newbie quarterback and kind of save on the cheap on the quarterback and pay for everything else, but then you're also, I hate to say this, looking for lightning in a bottle. That's how with Trent Dilfer and Baltimore, extremely high level defense, and they got, let's be honest, they got fucking lucky to win a fucking Super Bowl with that defense and the way he throws the fucking football. That's an honest truth.
It's the exception. And dudes will point to that shit. Like, oh yeah, you see what they did? It's like,
no,
come on.
but again, that percentage, and we're talking not only just like PFF, but everything else, that percentage is very low. And we know that. That's him and Brad Johnson. Man, that's a low fucking, out of all the Super Bowls, that's a low fucking number. And what I'm saying is, and I'm not even saying, and let's be honest, Brad Johnson was a better thrower of the football than Trent Dilfer was. Trent Dilfer was only going to fucking Shannon Sharp, and that was his main dude, and it was running the football. But you gotta base that on a high level fucking defense. So that formula is a very low formula. But what I'm saying is that if we're working towards a quarterback, I'm not saying going low class, but I'm saying is you, like, what are you going to value more? And I'm just saying that you can go with the Minnesota formula. You evaluate a good quarterback and pay him money and think that's going to strike. But we're also dealing with the fact is I don't think the new GM and the new head coach technically thinks that he's the best quarterback that they can get.
Right. I guess at the end of the day, I'm okay in their shoes. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to signing Daniel Jones, but it has to be for the right fucking price. It's got to be for the right price, and I have to have a contract structured to where if a better option comes along, I can get rid of him. Because let's be real, like, yeah, he's solid, but he's just not pushing the envelope. And when you get into the playoffs, of course, all the teams are well-rounded. They can do a lot of different things and stuff. But, like, if you don't got the guy to go toe-to-toe in some of these games with the other team's quarterback and personnel, you're at, like, an extreme disadvantage. So, like, I just hope the Giants are careful in terms of what they spend on him and how long they extend him out. Cash is one thing. Years is, years gets a little wild.
But I think that, but let's be honest, I think that's the problem. Because every team would love to sign a dude that they're questionable about to 1-year deals. But these dudes ain't looking for 1-year fucking deals.
But to be fair, I would rather have them sign Daniel Jones to an extension than spend a fuck ton for Saquon Barkley, because this is what's going to happen is Saquon Barkley is going to be the best running back in the NFL this year, and then they're going to fucking pay him like teams do, and he will go down. And I hate saying it because a lot of other dudes say that in our group chat. But he's a running back. They all go down. It's like, dude, you going to spend that much money on one guy? Ugh.
But again,
I'd rather see him sign Jones than sign him.
No, but maybe not go down, but end up turning out to be like Zeke Elliott. Get the money, and he's a shell of
cashing out.
Switching mags.
Yeah, and it's not like he's he's running for the money, but it's like they're basing it off his current production, and at some point, the running back and the shelf life is pretty limited, and like you're probably better off skipping on the running back because you can get probably a couple different options. I know it's kind of shitty to the running back, but you can.
Well, that's how you know I'm pro QB, because immediately we start talking about Saquon Barkley. All of a sudden, I'm like, Daniel Jones? Yeah, he's not Daniel Jones.
But I'm not willing to sign Daniel Jones at a high price. I would let him walk. I would, you know what? To be honest, I would run with Tyrod Taylor.
Capture the hard point.
Yeah, I mean, Tyrod now is like, he's a little banged up, a little long in the tooth. I love Tyrod. Okay. Solid guy, can win football games.
Right, but again, and this is 1 year, but Tyrod can get you to the playoffs. But in the end, you have to view Tyrod as the bridge,
right?
Because
100%.
Tyrod is not going to effectively challenge downfield, which in the end, that's the quarterback you're looking for. And in this day and age where it's a throwing game, you can't have dudes that are tentative. That's just not what's going to work. But it can be the bridge, because it's like, I won't. If you build a good defense, I won't have turnovers. I won't cost us games, but I won't win us games. And I guess some teams are willing to kind of take the raft and kind of ride that out, the rocky waters, until they get a dude that's going to effectively be a franchise quarterback and win them games. But again, when we come back to the Daniel Jones, we have to look at, we're staring at Davis Mills, we're staring at all these quarterbacks. Who are these dudes that are just pretenders, and who are the guys that we're really gonna put on the front line? Because remember, that's the most important position, is the quarterback.
Enemy targets at the
and do I think Daniel Jones is that front line quarterback? I don't know, but I don't think he's not. I just, too many offensive coordinators, too many coaches, and no one's come in and settled the dude down. I promise you. And I know you have. We see the fucking level of throws that he can make, which is amazing, because I was like, I didn't see it on the college level. I didn't see that on the tape.
Yeah, that was my analysis. The college level, it's like, ooh, but he definitely can make every single throw. It's just about being consistent. He makes a lot of bad decisions. That's one thing I don't like. Talent is there. I've never questioned his talent, his arm talent, his running ability. But he makes some very bad decisions that can make or break you, no matter how talented you are. That was my only concern with Patrick Mahomes. It's like he was his college game tape, best college game tape I've ever scouted so far in college. And I remember telling everyone, this is that dude. No one fucking believed me. And he, like, the only thing I didn't like about him was, man, like, he makes some fucking crazy decisions where he's turning the ball over in college. Didn't have a shit ton of turnovers, but would make some decisions where I'm like, man, can you make that throw in the NFL? Like, can you just fucking, he made some wild plays. Go watch that Texas Red Raider tape, Patty Mahomes, dude. It's fucking ill.
But, again, like, I don't know. I guess it depends on Daniel Jones in the end. What he's willing to do, what he's willing to give up, what he's willing to, like, follow the, the coach's direction. I think Dayball is kind of the answer, sort of guru that he probably needs. If you can't set that up and get in line with that dude, that I'm not saying he's a whisperer. I'm just saying I think he knows how to reel quarterbacks in and get them to, okay, this is how you should play the position. you need to give up throws and drives based upon if you try to make plays, you're going to force the ball and give up the turnovers, which is a killer in these games. It's just turnover. Even one turnover can be a killer in a game. So I think his main idea and Dayball's main idea is, I'll give up 3 and outs. I'm just not okay with giving turnovers, because that's when we give up points. And I think that's worked for Dayball, and I think that's a workable concept, not only in the NFL but also in college. If you're willing to make terrible throws or make terrible quarterback position or quarterback plays that involves the quarterback throwing downfield and possibly can give up turnovers, I think even one turnover is enough of a killer in the game to cost you a game. Think about it. The Panthers, DJ Moore taking off his helmet, cost them the fucking game. Not immediately, but eventually cost them the game. But I think Daniel Jones has the ability to make the throws that are necessary in the NFL. I was surprised at what he can do. He just needed to be reeled in, and he needed to be reeled in on you're giving up the football, doing stupid shit, running out, carrying the ball like a loaf of bread, and then you're wondering why you're giving up the football. That just, yes, you're carrying it like you don't give a fuck about the football. That's problematic.
Target area updated.
But in the end, is he a high-level quarterback? And that's where I'm not. That's where I'm not sure.
We got to define high level. Adam thinks so. What Adam wants in a quarterback every time is a dude that just doesn't turn the ball over. Like, if that's your benchmark, then you have a low benchmark of how important you think this fucking position is, dude. You want a guy that just doesn't turn the ball over? There's tons of guys that don't do that. You need a guy that can go win you a fucking football game when you're down a touchdown. You need a guy that can get a lead. You need a playmaker that can just take the fucking game over. That's what you need. And anyone that would lie and say that they wouldn't swap their quarterback out for some of these elite quarterback playmakers in the league, they're fucking just ballers like crazy. Like, obviously it's a no-brainer. It's like, duh, anyone would want one. But to fucking act like to act like you got this formula that you think is that sustainable to high-level success every year, that's not how teams are winning now. That's not what's happening in the playoffs. And I'm looked at like I'm a fucking psycho because I'm the only one who has the fucking balls to change my opinion about how teams are winning football. It's not my opinion, it's just fucking factual. Last year, almost all of the high-level rushing teams didn't make the playoffs. The only 2 super high-level, like top 5 rushing teams made the playoffs. One got knocked out in the first round, and then the other one got to the NFC Championship, but the 49ers coaching is insane, and their scheme's insane. Their playmakers are so good. And then I looked back, and it's just like, yeah, all the teams that just try to play defense and just run the fuck out of the football, those teams aren't the teams that are dangerous and winning. And then so that gets turned into, oh, Evan doesn't value rushing the football. No, I value the rushing the football. The really elite teams have the ability to rush the football, but they understand that when your quarterback is good enough, the passing game becomes more efficient and more effective than running the fucking football. It's true analytically, and it's literally true in how the passing game affects these games. You can't come back like 30 the way the Kansas City Chiefs did against the fucking Texans 2 years ago if you're just the best running team in the league and you can't pass the football. There's things the passing game can do that running the football just can't do. And you need better personnel to run the football, too. You need your whole offensive line to be able to block. You know, your plays have got to be perfect. Why would I worry about all that shit when I could just dump the ball to Justin Jefferson in a millisecond and he gets a first down by making a dude miss or running a filthy route. Like, that takes a second, and no one's in your way from doing it besides one man. I'll take the wide receiver in that matchup almost every single time. Off the pure fucking actual tactics of football. The things that are actually going on physically. Why would you line up and smash all your dudes into a bunch of other dudes repeatedly and hopefully gain 3 yards when in a millisecond I could throw a slant or an out route or a curl or a comeback route? Like, I'm not saying you got to throw it all the time.
Changing mags.
You got to be able to run the ball efficiently and effectively. And so, like, the media lies all the time, tries to act like, the media likes to lie all the time and act like the Bills can't run the football. They need to run the football. They need this. They need running backs and this and that, all this other stuff, right? The Bills are one of the most efficient running teams, but they just don't run it a lot. They run it when they need to. Like, if you go look at their efficiency rating, their running backs' efficiency ratings, they're all good.
Well, okay, so I'm not going to put a lot of resistance to it, but the Bills did go in the free.
To get a guy that catches the ball out of the backfield.
Okay.
So, I don't know, everyone's going to be like, whoa.
Well, but what I'm saying is
it's good to have depth there. They all get hurt.
Right. But they did go attack the running game. So that's the only resistance I'm going to give you. But you know I've been on board with the analytics and the PFF analytics. You know I'm on board with that. And I sit here and listen and watch to them. And there are anomalies and all that stuff. But I'm with the numbers.
Covering.
I
think it's good to be able to run it, like, when you need to. But the idea in today's NFL that you could just constantly line up and give a dude 40 carries, and dudes will literally say dumb shit like, it doesn't matter what you do. You just got to keep giving the guy carries until you run into the Chiefs and you're down 30. Yeah, keep giving your running back all those carries. Everyone acts like it'll just magically repair itself. More cowbell.
But let's remember the idea. If this idea that running the football was so amazing and so important, why did last year the wide receiver market just blow up? Because running backs are more important? No,
and because the rules of the game make it so wide receivers fucking murder. Especially when you got a guy like Justin Jefferson. They can't even double team that dude. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yo, hold on a second. Carissa Thompson is a good-looking woman. Does a Fox, but used to be on ESPN.
Okay, probably. Don't tell. Is she black? Don't tell Adam that.
Of course not. And the fact is like.
Who's the one girl that's on there that's black and she's beautiful? And I bring it up and Adam's just like, oh God, rolling his eyes. You and I are the only ones in the group chat like black girls.
She's wicked tall. I think she played basketball.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I know what you're talking about.
No, she's high level, good looking.
Oh, for sure.
And not just for a black woman. She's a good looking
in general. Well, let's be real here. Listen. I'm in the same boat with you, dude. I like all kinds of women. I've dated black chicks. I think black women are beautiful. So I say that shit around Adam, you can hear his skin crawl.
I had bring it up to like Corey before, and I was like, yo, Darren wouldn't date like a black. Oh no, he ain't a black one. I was.
You know, you're the only black dude I know that likes black girls.
Are you?
It's a thing.
Serious?
It's a thing. No, I'm being dead serious. It's a thing. Most black guys like white women, which is fine. It's interesting.
No. So I'll put this point out there. I don't want to be. So she's on the halftime show right now. Carissa Thompson. She's a good-looking woman, but
for sure.
I will say this: black women tend to be very bougie, high level, and want to date good-looking dudes. But with that said, even though I consider myself an average-looking dude,
Nah, you're a handsome guy. You always say that shit. Shut up.
yeah. But
If I was in a bar with you and Dante, I would be the eyeball out. I'm like, shut up.
No, but I'm being serious. I've never
Objective Bravo is
even
compromised.
I've been pretty decent with black women, but
Quick fix online.
I do have my standards with black women. I'm not just going to.
Well,
any
I think another thing is this.
But-
I've heard this come out of Adam's mouth, too. Not only does Adam not find them that attractive,
Enemy is taking
I've heard this come out of Adam's mouth more than one time, and it's probably just because he hates absolutely everyone and he grew up around black women. He thinks they're annoying. Like, he thinks their overall personality and attitude is obnoxious.
Okay.
Which, again, that's kind of shitty because I've dated black girls that aren't obnoxious.
Look,
Like,
gotta be honest on that level.
You're
He
halfway to
dated
mission complete.
women that wanted to act white. He didn't, or he was around women that wanted to act white.
and then the fact that
He
we
wasn't
even
around
have
women
to
that
say,
wanted to be
like,
black.
the
Right.
fact that we have
Black
to
or
actually
white
say,
shit.
yeah, is kind of shitty, but because of stereotypes and shit. But
Like,
I do
like,
find it
we're
interesting. You're literally the only. I've had a lot of black friends. You're the only black friend that has similar interests to me. All my other black friends, they don't. Well, no, Willie. I've seen
No,
Willie date
Dante,
different types of women.
No.
Well, Dante's
Dante,
Mexican. He
I
likes
think
all kinds of chicks.
He's dated. He told me like.
Yeah.
I sat there. And
Dante's
listened to, like,
Mexican
cats of
and
black
white.
women, and mixed women or whatever. So
Yeah,
he's
for sure.
definitely not on that level. And I'm pretty sure. Obviously, I know he's a good-looking dude. Women go after him. I know he'll go after a good-looking woman.
Oh, for sure.
And
Well, when I was single, he and I used to
Right.
crush it.
so, and I kind of know where my space is, but I'm not afraid of black women, and I will give black women business. It's not my.
Well, I mean, and I dated a black girl. And she just acted like any, like, I don't know, she was acting like any other person. It was like, whatever, like, you know, the fact that he's got to be like, they're so fucking annoying. I'm like, also, white girls can't be annoying.
I dated a black.
But he
woman
definitely
that was-
doesn't find them attractive. I'm sure he's annoyed by every woman because he has deep-seated feelings towards them. But, like, he just doesn't find them attractive. I'm like, man, you crazy.
Well, I think that's kind of the space that they grew up in, because they grew up in Fulton.
Used to it and
And-
shit. I don't know.
And then they think that, like, all that they see was white women, and that was Darren too.
Where all the
'Cause
white
Darren was
women
like,
at?
"Nah, I wouldn't." I was like, "You want to date no black woman or whatever?" But Darren was dating
Our
a Puerto
UAV
Rican
is
girl.
orbiting the area.
Yeah.
So, but again, they're not on the black level. But no, he didn't want that. But I think that's the space in which he grew up in,
We have lost
and I guess you would have to be around, not necessarily be around black women, but like your persuasion can't close you off. I'm not a close off persuasion kind of guy when it comes to that. And I grew up in a space where I was around black women, and
Yeah, me too.
I was partially raised by black women, and it's like, again, I always put that out there. I'm not afraid of black women. I was raised by black women. I was in a space with black women. That shit don't scare me.
Yeah.
And even in the same sense, and I'll tell you this, and a lot of people don't know this. Corey, her attitude is more of a black woman's attitude. It's high level, it's volatile. But the thing is, I grew up around it, so that shit don't scare me. So that shit don't faze me, it don't scare me. I've been around that. And I've been around women that were my aunts, cousins, all that stuff, and they were Southern. So it's a different type of black woman, black woman me type movement. And it's like, okay, you know what? I find black women to be completely honest with you, I find black women
Mission
that are a
failed.
little bit
Return to base.
volatile, a little bit unruly, to sort of be sexy, to sort of be, you know, like I find.
Well, I
that
think that's. But here's the
attitude-
thing, though. I think that's
Right.
with most dudes, right? Like, so for example, when I was younger, I was attracted to crazy volatile chicks. I don't have a specific type, and towards the looks, my type is like straight up for the like. Obviously, I got to be physically attracted to whoever I'm dating. Like, but outside of that, in terms of actual like color, where they're from, all this other stuff, culture, I don't have a type like that. I can't date crazy. I can't date volatile anymore. I can't date crazy, all that other shit. Because to me, the second you start acting like super volatile, regularly crazy, disrespectful, I can't. I don't get down with that shit. Because I'm never gonna treat someone else like that. And I think that like, I think people a lot of times act like they could just enforce themselves on people with that behavior. I don't play that shit. I'll fucking if someone acts like that towards me, man, I don't play that shit. I walk out. Like I don't fucking need that shit in my life. It's exhausting. I've dated and seen enough volatile and crazy chicks to where they just exhaust me now. And I don't even find it like even if I was single, I got to the point where I didn't find it attractive anymore. I'm just like, man, y'all fucking crazy. And I think a lot of it is too is I already have enough. I used to be very volatile and wild and stuff. And I think because like a part of it was like I gotta fucking keep myself in fucking check. Like I don't need you fucking acting crazy.
And you know,
And that's what I like about Chow. She like, you know, I can be obnoxious, high strung. I get pissed off. Like she keeps me pretty grounded. And I think it's part of the reason why our relationship works.
and I totally get that from you. I seen that from your personality, how you move in that
Hardpoint
space.
compromised. Secure the area.
Kid me, I got fucking high blood pressure shit. I'm just out here like, ah!
Yeah. Well,
Rip my shirt off.
I've got to be honest. Like I've
Brother.
never.
Enemy personnel at the hardpoint.
If we're obviously we're completely honest with each other.
Oh, 100%. I'm a fucking boy.
I've
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Sentex out!
Corey, I've never met anybody like
Get
that.
ready.
But here's the caveat.
Drives you nuts.
I know it drives you nuts.
Hostile UAV in the area.
No, I'm saying it drives you nuts. I'm not saying in a bad way.
Capture the
No,
hardpoint.
it drives me nuts in a bad way, and it drives me nuts. And then I'm flipped on it. But I will tell you this: if there was any type of shenanigans going on the second time around,
Hardpoint compromised.
I
Secure the
promise you,
area.
I'd walk right out.
Wait, what do you mean?
So obviously you've been there, you actually.
Oh, I think
literally
okay. So
housed
I think I know what you're talking about. And I was thinking about this the other day.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
And it's your business, and that's the type of friend I am. I know you confide in me a lot, but I noticed you don't talk to me about that stuff anymore.
Stand by.
Which is fine. I just want you to know that no matter what, I'll always be there for you. You could always talk to me. I think you
I've
know my
never-
stance on everything that's gone on, and you know where my
Friendly SAE on the
opinions like firmly lie on all of it. But you know, I just hope everything's all right. You know, that's all I'm saying.
I've never and again, I've never not reached out to you. I've never not reached out to your counsel. I've never remember
way. Friendly
when
cruise
shit was
missile
going down.
inbound.
Man, you actually literally housed me in your place
100%.
to protect me
Friendly UAV online.
and to like, hey, I got a place for you to stay. You're going through some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I'd do
it's
it again.
not right. Like number one, I could never repay that.
Just
Again.
be my friend.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand
And,
by.
all you have to do.
And like
Hardline online.
and me and Darren share like, I don't know if he personally knows that, but like
Hardpoint
when
relocated.
me and
Secure
Corey were going
target
through the
area.
stuff, and this dude was like, yo, you gotta trust the process. You gotta trust the process. And like when I was going through it, and I also was like, he doesn't know how much I treat that as like as gold, as platinum to me, because it's like no matter what happens between me and her, it's like this dude was like, hey, I believe in you, trust the process, everything will work out, and he was on the same level, like, yo, listen, ain't no matter, and I've had talked with him, no matter what me and his mom has gone through, we always gonna be
UAV on station.
tight. We're always gonna be on the level.
Locating the next hard point. Get ready.
And
Cluster mine ready to deploy.
that type of thing, I can't, like, I will never let go. I will never forget that shit. Like, yo, Derek was giving me books to read. Like, yo, read this. See if this helps. Read this. See if this helps. And I'm like, yo, this dude is half the age of me. And is telling me, like, yo, listen, try this, try that. You know, trust the process. Those type of things, like, I don't forget. And I'm like, and I kind of keep, like, now between me and her kind of like on the low, and it's not like I'm trying to keep it away from anybody, but in a sense I'm trying to keep it where it's close to the vest, and like if something else does go down and it's against me, I could just walk away from it, and I know everyone got my back, and I don't really even have to explain myself.
Right.
Listen, I put the effort forward, I stuck through it. If it doesn't work this second time out, it don't work the second time out. That's it.
Right.
I don't have to apologize for it, because you know what? Everyone knows I'm a dude that sees through shit through. I like when it comes to my work ethic. You know this. A lot of people might know this. I put 110% through when it comes to my job. I believe in myself. I don't like, I don't even stress about that shit. The job itself and all the rules, I'll stress about. When it comes to how I work, I don't stress about that shit. And everyone knows that around me. And when it comes to my relationships, I've always been on the level. Listen, I'm honest. I don't lie. I put my character forward. I don't play that. I don't play those games. If someone's willing to play me, that's what it is. But no one ever in this world will ever put my character that's around me, will ever put my character down. Because I've never put anybody else on the line like that. I wouldn't put you, I wouldn't put Erica, I wouldn't put anybody on the fucking line like that. The people that I hold close to. And everyone knows that about me. So, but me and her relationship right now, I just keep close to the vest, because it's not about like, oh, there'll be egg on my face or I'll look like a fucking scumbag. I know I'm giving it a second effort, and everyone knows I'm putting in the effort, but everyone knows that I'm a stand-up fucking dude, and what I say is my fucking word, and I don't deviate from that. And all I'm saying is, she could play me. And I just walked away. I was fucked up the first time around. The second time around, there will be no question. I ain't fucked up about it. So,
Well, I hope not. And it just shows you how different you are with people. I try my hardest. There's a lot of things that I'm not good at. I try my hardest to be the best friend that I can be. And, you know, loyalty to me is huge. Like, if I show you that I'm going to be X, Y, and Z for you, it's like, don't fucking, ruin my trust. So when I see some of the stuff that happened, I just couldn't believe, like, me personally, if I was in your shoes, I'd have been done with that situation and gone. But I've given people chances when I was younger. I get it. So, like, at the end of the day, I was just like, well, my partner says he wants to see this shit through or give it all another chance. I respect it. Like, you got to make up your own mind at the end of the day. And I just said to myself after a while, like, I'll be there for him, have a conversation with him, got his back. That's what it is. You'll figure it all out.
Yeah, but in reverse, I would like I've told her right to her face. I'm not giving up Evan. I'm not giving up Erica. I'm not giving up the people that actually care about me. You've done the shit that you've done.
Right.
But these people have been with me no matter what.
So you had to have a conversation about that?
I had to have a conversation about that because I was stating that. It was not an option for her not to believe that.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously some people wanted to.
Would she not want you around us or something?
No. It was because of jealousy.
Okay.
Not because of you, but because of Erica.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, Erica has a look. Right. So, but what I said is, I told her, to her face, I said, I will not give up. Erica actually, and let's be honest, outside of you, outside of my dad, outside of everyone was saying, walk away. Erica was saying it based on Josh was saying, I would stay and see it through. And that was the thing that kept me through it and was like, I'm gonna work through it. But I also told her, I said, I'm only doing this once. And this is only once for one person. I wouldn't do it for anybody else because of the time that I put in. Now, I could be in the wrong, but if there's a second time, I just walk away. I have to deal with what it is from there. But I told her straight to her face, I said, you could be jealous of her. You could not like her. You could not like Evan. You could not like anybody that are my friends. But when you weren't there for me, they were. You don't have a fucking choice. And that's it. So you could be whatever you want to be. You could cut me loose. But I promise you, you cut me loose, those are my people.
You do it, Ric Flair. Dusty Rhodes! I was down and out. I picked myself back up. This shit's great.
But that's to my character, that's to my being, my character. That's my character. That's who I roll with. Like, people might not like it, but it's like, nah, these are my people. And when you didn't want to be my people and wanted to do your thing, they were there. So outside of your jealousy, outside of not liking anybody, it don't matter. I roll with them before I roll with you if this is who you want.
Oh, I fucked that up. I'm listening to you.
So that was a no-brainer. And I know, like, my family was in defiance of it, but I was able to state my position not only to anybody else but to her. I was like, listen, I told her, I said, I would not give up Erica. She was the one person with all the women in my family that said, listen, if you care about this person, then you probably should stick it through, and then if it goes sour, then you're able to know that, guess what? You stuck it through, and you gotta go.
Right.
All the guys in my world were like, yo, take your shit, pack your bags, get the fuck out. That's you, my dad, even my brother was like, yo, pack your shit, get the fuck out. So I stayed around, but what the idea is that when I had a conversation with her, I said, listen, if you don't like the fact that I talked to Erica or I'm friends with Erica, let me know. I will cut you loose.
Right.
Because I'd rather prefer to have someone that got my fucking back that would turn their back against me.
Right.
And that's the promise. So I don't like, and people can say whatever they want, but I would never fucking cut you loose. That is a guaranteed promise. If someone, even including her, would say you have to let Evan go, I said I'm letting you go. That's it. I'd never listen. Who I am, my personality, my character, I've never turned against it, never flawed against it, because in the end, I can live with that. I can live with my character. I can live with looking me in the face. I can't live with a fucking scab lying and bullshitting and cheating and turn away from all the people that are around me and look at the mirror and say, I'm a good ass fucking dude. I've done the shit that I need to do. Now, if you want to turn around and put Melvin in front of that mirror, that motherfucker can't live. Like, he's okay with living with himself and not being a total piece of shit.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's on him. That's not me. I can't listen. My character makeup just does not allow me to do that. Like
Loading!
about fatherhood and being a man and sticking up for what you gotta, what you have and what you want and what you love in this life. That's a crazy fucking thing. But never, ever, I will always give people the benefit of the doubt. I walk on these streets and I say hi to people and people treat me like shit and whatever. And I'm like, I got you. I was nice to you the first time around, not the second time. I always give the people the benefit of the doubt. That's including the people that are in my circle. But I know who cares about me. I know who fucking will ride for me. And that's what I always say. I'm like, listen, even with Corey or anybody else, I'm not looking for people to like me. I'm looking for people to ride with me.
Right.
Those are the fucking dudes that I want, or the women that I want to be next to my side. Listen, even to the fact is that Erica will have me as one of her bridesmaids is because she only fucks with a couple different people. Right. And I'm like, yo, however you want me to be for you, if I gotta be a bridesmaid, I'll be a bridesmaid.
She should do all dude bridesmaids. Like me and you and somebody else.
We're losing Charlie.
That'd be fucking awesome. Well, hey, since we're on this subject,
right?
You know what I was really worried about as we got closer to Darren's party? I was getting worried that they were going to have the party and I wasn't invited. That's why I was bugging you so much about it.
I'm not necessarily sure. Really.
Securing Alpha.
Again, like I'm in with them, but I'm not in with them. You know what I mean? On that level, on that kind of weird level, like I'm in with Darren, I'm in with her, but I don't like. I'm gonna be complete. Yo, this is between me and you.
Enemies taking Alpha.
I actually have ideas that they actually have language between them that they speak that we won't understand. It's almost like abbreviated language. Yes. But not just women, but their clan.
Oh,
you know
for sure.
what I mean? Like they, yeah. So
I grew up around them, so my whole life.
Right. I know
what you're talking about.
Yes. I don't.
Secure Bravo.
And as much as you want to be in the circle, that's including Adam, that's including Kyle, that's including all of them. They have a different language, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I even have ideas that Corey and her sisters talk language that is actually not for me to know, and I don't even know.
I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Right, and I'm not surprised. So let's say down the road, I'm just saying hypothetically, that Corey was seeing a person or other people. I wouldn't know because they have this fucking weird personal language between them. I wouldn't know, but that. Again, that's purposeful. Like completely be honest. Let's be honest. My sister is seeing a dude that is completely gay.
Quick fix.
Like, and I hear language, and she's obviously seeing other dudes.
Secure those positions. We're taking
So
Alpha.
she
Enemy securing Charlie.
obviously knows, and knows over 15, 20 years that this
Enemy
dude
UAV overhead.
likes fucking
Objective Alpha secure.
dudes.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, Carl.
right.
Well, let's be
So-
fair. Let's. You want to keep it totally a buck? How about
no.
that? How about that group's being friends with a dude that fucks young boys? How about that?
Right.
Yeah. That's why. Like, I'm not allowed. I can't be allowed to go to any parties anymore where I know that the Reynolds and Smith families have a lot of people because I can't be around a dude like
We're
that.
taking Bravo.
Like, if he's gonna be around, dude, I can't be around a dude like that.
Loading!
I don't have any respect for that. And I don't respect being friends with someone like that. I mean, I guess, like, if it's family and or you've been that close to them since you were young or whatever, and you want the person to get better, rehabilitation, stuff like that, I could see you staying in someone's life. But, like, I don't hang out with dudes that bang young boys.
And
So.
and
Taking Bravo.
I'll be completely
Charlie.
honest. He comes out to parties and that stuff, but he's not really. He doesn't really hang around them, and he's
Yeah,
not
probably
really
not.
Enemy securing Bravo.
completely invited out. And the fact is that
Bravo
like
is compromised.
I
Get it
think
back.
on another level, that dude has not learned from his transgressions.
Probably not.
He really has not. So from what I've seen, he's not learned from his transgressions, and it's like,
Semtex!
Securing objective Bravo.
I've actually had this conversation. I'm
Taking
like, yo,
Charlie.
listen, not only me, but other people in the family. I'm
Bravo
like,
secure.
yo, you got people that are, you know, at the time that I was there, I was like, there's Gavin as a teenager. There's
Right.
Gavin as a
Oh yeah.
teenager.
Right. 100%.
Like,
UAV in
this,
the area.
like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, yes, he served federal time, but like, I've seen the language of which he talks. I was like, I don't think he cares to be rehabilitated or do whatever. He's only concerned about
Two objectives.
what he can get. And let's be honest, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a gay dude. That's just necessarily dudes
Just
in
a
general.
predator.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Dude,
Dudes
most
in
predators
general
will
are
prey on
predators.
anyone.
Yeah. So that's a dude in general. He just happens to be gay. But that's a predator. That's a dude. That's a predator. That's not. Yeah. But I also said, I was like, there's a lot of boys in your
We're losing
family
Bravo.
across the board. You guys might want to, you know. And I'm not saying that was from my comments. I think they got that message early on, and they realized that they had to take a step back. That was Gretchen.
Enemy securing
Interesting.
that
So
was
they
Corey.
don't hang out with him anymore.
So
Interesting. Well, that's good.
You see him at parties, but those
Doing
are
some
safe
party tricks.
places.
Flash out!
But like at a time when Gavin was a teenager and Darren was, you didn't really see him around a lot. Because you know what? People ain't stupid.
Enemy taking Bravo.
Craziest part was I used to spend time hanging out, party stuff around all the time before he did that or before anyone knew he was doing that stuff.
Hostile UAV
And that's
in
the shit
area.
that's wild. I mean, I'm not trying to be a fucking asshole, and not that I give a fuck. Tom would try to touch me at 16, I would have turned that fucking dude into a fruit pretzel. That dude tried to touch me at 16. I don't care how much kung fu that dude knows. He can't stop a lead double leg. That dude would have preyed on me. I would have smashed his face in.
AJ Brown. The problem is that,
It's sad. I know kids that he preyed
no,
on. It's brutal.
but again, you know that's how predators
Securing objective
roam
Charlie.
around. They
Right.
find weaknesses in people because they're older. They know how to do
just
that.
in the cut.
It's again, that's serial shit. They know how to pray. They know how to attack. They know how to slink around. I've never had a problem with Tom. Yo, Tom actually like wanted to get in the post office, and I turned to him and I said, Tom, you ain't gonna get into the post office. I'll give you all the
One
information
background
you
check.
want. Yo, I said, Tom, I know your background. I'll give you all the information.
like,
You
what?
ain't getting into the pro. I said, no, I told them flat out. Like, Corey will tell you, anybody will tell you that was around. I said, Tom, you ain't getting into the post office. I'll give you, listen, I'll let you, yo, you can apply, you do all that stuff, but your background, well, I'm pretty sure you ain't getting in. That's just a guarantee. I mean, you're a level offender. They ain't gonna take you. Because you have to deliver door to door.
He's like, oh man, for real?
No, he fucking applied. And I was like, that's on you, dude. I let him know the truth. I said, Tom, I'm almost 100% sure you're not gonna get in. But I'll give you all the information. I said, Tom, I'll show you how to get into the post office, but you're not getting in. So, and no, he applied because he wanted to get out of his other job, but I was like, you ain't getting in. But I'll show you everything. I showed him I sent him everything. And I was like, I turned the corner, I was like, this motherfucker ain't getting in. He can try, but they ain't gonna let him in. And I told him on the premise, I said, Tom, I've had a DWI and I got in. You ain't getting in for your shit. that's a guarantee. But hey, you try.
That's fucking funny. But yeah, I don't know. Just seen, a lot of wild stuff. It is what and it's crazy though, because it's interesting the types of things that you learn from like groups of people or whatever. Growing up with that family is also, even though there's like quirks and stuff, like you're saying, speaking their own language, there's obviously a deep level of narcissism too. I've learned a lot of good things from that family. I've had a lot of good times with that family growing up. Like I've known them since I can some of my earliest like memories growing up as a teen. Like I think it's part of the reason why I've grown up with a lot of different cultures, a lot of different families that come from a lot of different worldviews. That family's a big part of my development in ways. So it's just interesting how that works, right?
Do you want me to tell you a really funny story that happened just recently? So, Jana, her house, she's got very steep stairs that has when you come down the stairs, there's like, you know how like stairs and like, there's a wall there and it comes up and like you try to duck down that wall when you're coming downstairs. So she got that. But she also has a very slippery rug. Mm-hmm. The stairs are carpeted. So 2 weekends ago, Angela came over. So we're having a dinner or whatever. So Angela came over. Yo, I walked into the house. Angela used the bathroom. Is coming down and said, yo, fell all the way down those fucking stairs. I was like, yo, you okay? Yo, everyone was cutting loose. Yo, couldn't contain themselves. Yo, she's like, but I've been on those stairs just with socks. The motherfucker's slippery. And I told Jay, I was like, yo, you gotta get rid of these stuff. You gotta get rid of this stuff. Yo, you're gonna see an accident. And she kind of sniffed it, and I was like, oh, you motherfuckers like to see people fall down these stairs. Yeah. Yo, Angela killed them. Yo, I've never seen anybody come down some stairs so fucking fast. And you know what it's like your feelings are hurt. They're not hurt, but your feelings are hurt because everyone just saw you fucking just slide them down them stairs like you're on a fucking snow sled. And we fucking caught loose. But what I had thought was like, yeah, that shit brings you down a little bit. You don't think you're as high as you, because you're kind of embarrassed because you fucking come down them stairs. But it's actually quintessential to that family. They're always looking for the sarcasm and the laugh, and that's where their family rules. But when it comes to personal shit, those motherfuckers lose their fucking mind. They can't handle that shit. And that's kind of their downfall. They're dramatic in the in the real shit, the funny shit, they'll laugh with anybody. You know what I mean? You, me, and that's kind of the highlight of their family. But the low light is they can't handle the fucking small shit.
Target area updated.
The real
Move to
small
the hard
shit,
point.
the real life shit, they can't handle. That's the actual truth about their family.
Right.
Unfortunately. And wrapping that up, I'll be honest, I've never loved anybody like I've loved Corey.
Enemy targets at the hard point.
UAV online.
You've been right there when I went through the hard shit and went through the shit where I was messing around with, and, you know, I'm not gonna cut that short or anything else like that.
Hard point relocating. Stand by.
That will never happen.
Contacts out!
And I've told her straight out, I said, listen, any of that shit goes down, listen, I'm walking away.
Hard point relocated. Secure the target area.
The fact is
Friendly
I
cluster
love
line
her.
set.
I will, even if she fucked around on me again, I will always love her. That's not an issue.
Yeah, I mean, we've
I
all
just
been
don't
there
have
to a degree.
Yeah, I don't have to be there. I could always love her, but I don't have to be there. So
Our UAV is
with that
in the
said,
area.
I would never let that go. I would never put that in a space where like I forget about what happened. But you know what? In the end, I'm a man. I work on shit. I think about shit. We've had conversations and we worked on, you know what I mean? Like we don't necessarily agree on everything, but we worked on shit. That's the core of me as a man. And that's not based on the core of me. That's based on the core of like, that's part of like my brother being around my dad, growing up where you know what, you don't take a one stance on everything. You just,
Right.
you know what, you look at things, you work at it. That's being not only just a man, that's being a human being, and that's being evolved. And you work on shit, and you try to do that. So
Enemy UAV
I'm
active.
working on it. Now, technically, is to be cheated on and all that stuff the right? No,
Enemy counter UAV is
but
active.
that's how I'm doing it, and that's I'm a man, and that's how I'm gonna do it.
Secure the hard point
But she
relocating.
knows, and
Stand
everyone
by.
else knows. I won't roll that way again. And I listen. I've sat here and told Erica, like Erica was like, yo, you know, asking me about it, and I said,
Move to the hard point.
here's the main point of view.
Enemy targets at the hard
I've come
point.
back, I've worked with her, and we're working on a relationship
Enemy
and that
UAV
stuff.
overhead.
Hard point
But
compromised.
it won't be
Secure
what
the
she
area.
does. It'll be what I do. And that's the other shit. Because when I wanted to leave and I wanted to end it, she was calling me.
Hostile cruise missile
Right.
incoming.
That's how it always works, right?
Right. But
Enemy
if
targets
this
at
shit
the
goes
hard
down
point.
again, there won't be me. It's about what I
Hard
do.
point
I'll be like,
compromised. Secure the
no,
Hostile UAV in the
you don't
area.
respect me.
Locating
You
the
don't
next
love
hard
me.
point.
You don't
Get
want to do
enemy
anything else
targets
like
at the hard
that.
point.
I'm moving on down the road. And I will tell her right to her face, no, you want to go out here and do whatever and whatever you want. You want to do rubber dicks, you want to do real dicks. I don't give a fuck. This dude gonna do whatever he fucking wants to do.
Hell
And
yeah.
I don't have to answer to him. And it's not gonna be about what she does. It's gonna be what I do. And that's the biggest detriment to anybody. Is about what this fucking black dude does. Black Spanish dude does.
He says
Not what
black
anybody
dude.
else.
The enemy is
Yeah,
getting enemy targets
it'll
at
be
the
about
hard
what I
point.
do. Because again, I've always shown my loyalty. I've always shown I could be trusted. I've always shown I could be a man. I could be the utmost man in any relationship, and including in this relationship. If you're willing to squander that,
Confirming next
I can walk down the
hardpoint.
road.
Stand by.
And I can always be happy with the man I've been. I always have to look at myself in the
Enemy
mirror.
UAV
I don't have to look
overhead.
at I don't have to look at anybody else in the mirror. All I have to do is look at myself in the mirror,
Secure the
and I'm
target
okay with
area.
that. I've told my dad that. I've told everyone that. I just look at, listen, I don't have to be ashamed about
Secure the
anybody
area.
else's shit. It's just about me. And I act and do the things I need to do.
Threats in the perimeter.
And again, my dad is questioning me on a lot of stuff. And I'm like, hey, listen, this is how I want to do it. I have to see some of this stuff out. And he's like, I don't agree with it. Okay.
Yeah.
Enemy
Yeah,
targets
do what you
at
gotta
the
do.
hardpoint.
Yeah, second time around. There won't be a second time around.
Threats in the
That's
perimeter.
because I've already been through the heartache and all the bullshit. I don't want to go
UAV
back
in
to
the
it.
area.
I don't, and guess what? I don't have to, I
Locating
don't
the next
have to
hardpoint.
prove myself
Get ready.
anymore to that.
Right.
So,
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
On your 6.
Hostile cruise
and again, I'm like, again, I don't really worry about or think about that stuff.
Hardpoint.
And like, I've already told her, I've said, listen, I'm not gonna chase you down. That's just not what I'm gonna do. I did that the first time around, and I fucking stressed myself out.
Threats in the perimeter.
You can do what you want, and if I find out, I just walk away. It's not that big of a deal. And the thing is like I've always been, and in the relationship, I've been honest. I've been effacing. I've always done that. I was like, I don't have to her, I was like, I don't have to explain myself. I know,
Hardpoint compromised.
because
Secure
in the end,
area.
you know who I've been. Like, if you want to question me, like,
Stand by.
I'll sit around and turn around like, I don't need to be questioned, because I know who I am. I don't, like,
Target area
I'm not the one on
updated.
Facebook.
Move to
I'm
the
not the one doing all the
UAV
bullshit. But again,
Right.
I don't have to sit around worrying about that shit. Because if I was able to find out in stone what was going on, I just turn and walk around the other way.
With your neck reloaded.
And if
Hell
you're
yeah.
okay with it, yeah, you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. Because,
Reloading.
again, it will not be the guys that she sleeps with, it will be me. Because I'm the upstanding dude, not you. I'm the dude that puts my character on the line. I'm the dude
Hardpoint
that puts my
compromised. Secure the area.
Holds it down like a paperweight.
Hardpoint
yeah, I put
relocating.
myself on the
Stand by.
line. Like I don't sit here, I don't lie to you. I don't, I put myself on the line all the time. I'm like, yo, listen, this is what I do. This is who I am. You don't like that shit? Yo, kick rocks.
What's good?
And the
What's good
fact
here?
is that,
Secure the target area.
like, I have no
We've taken
problem
the lead.
with, and it's not about like fighting people, whatever, but it's like, yo, you're gonna hold, like, it's who I am and my personality and my character. I will always hold that true.
Hardpoint compromised.
That's
Secure
why I
the
always
area.
have a fight with like the post office or whatever, and it's like, cause in the end, I work because it's in my blood. It's my character. You wanna cut my character down? We will always have a fucking fight. And the fact is that it's my character and I get paid for it. And that's what makes it the one part. I actually, like everyone else, I don't have to do all this work. I can just sit around and do nothing.
Threats in the perimeter.
But it means something more to me, which should be more to everyone else. So in my personal relationship, it's like, yo, this is my character. I don't fucking play around with that shit.
Right.
Because in the end, I don't have to. I can be like everyone else. I could just say, yes, I love you, I'm not doing anything else. And turn around and within the next 10 minutes be fucking
We're
something
losing
else.
ground.
That's easy.
Hell yeah.
I'm a
Hardpoint
man.
compromised.
I don't do that
Secure
shit.
the area.
Hostile UAV in the area.
I'm American. What was it? Ric Flair say?
Listen, the ladies want to know what's causing all this. Intensified beef
All
products.
Beef
Oh man,
products.
Ric
Oh
Flair.
man. Yeah, that's
Locating
what
the next hard
listen.
point. Get ready.
I'm American beef products. Oh man.
Enemy
That's it.
UAV active.
Dusty Rhodes! You want to kick me down?
Point.
Without doubt and out. I'll pick myself back up.
Move to the
Woo!
hard point.
So
Dude,
like,
he was the best.
so in the end, it's not like it's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's that I don't want to inundate.
Last minute.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to like
Mission compromised.
when it's
We're
someone
down.
like you. That's my boy. I don't want to inundate you with my relationship with her, what I'm doing. I don't want to get into that space because it's not that like again, you know where I've been into the fire with her and you know where I've been with her and my all my emotions and I've told you my emotions. I told you how I feel. I told you where I've been at. With me and her, it's just a work in progress. And maybe it gets to a point where it's a work in progress that goes nowhere. But that's where I want to go. So that's how I just do it. And it's not like I feel shitty or the things that she does, like, or anything, like social or anything else like that. I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Because I can do what I want to. And I don't have to apologize for the shit and whatever. When I get to the point where like I don't feel respected or people are playing around with me, I don't even have to think about it. I just walk away.
Right.
And that's it. So if she wants to get to a point where she wants to treat me like total garbage, I just walk away. Because I've already been to the point where like I stood around and I was treated like shit and I was paying the bills and I don't pay for her bills. I don't do none of that shit no more. So I'm not accountable to it. And if she wants to do her thing and I'm around and I'm just like, no, I'm not down with it, I just walk away.
Right.
So
That's good.
That's it. Yeah, I mean,
We got
like,
ourselves a game here on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah. So I mean, like, to my good friends, I don't want to get into it, but I also don't want to inundate my people with, in a sense, my bullshit of a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I think of it as a bullshit relationship, but it's like, you know what? I just deal with it as I deal with it, and like, you know, in the space that I treat my friends, I'm gonna treat my friends as my friends in my relationship, and I'll separate that and keep that because, like, I want to talk to you as we always do, talk to you as my boy. I don't want to have you involved in how I deal with Corey or anything else like that, and with the idea of like maybe she didn't want you around or whatever like that. Again, I'm not. That's how they roll. I'm not in that space, and I try not to be in that space. And personally, I don't want to be in that space because the first quick answer to me is like, if I gotta start picking sides, I'm not picking their stuff. So because like I'll be honest with them, I'm like, you know, if she comes at me and was like, well, I don't like this person, I don't like that person, and I was like, you don't like this person or that person because they backed me up when you were fucking around with me? Like, let's have if you want to have that real conversation, we have that real conversation. I don't have a problem fucking question anybody. I remember I sat there and attacked Jayana because basically they were out and about and they were allowing the other person to roll into the fucking house and do all this other bullshit. And then you're like, oh, I don't got nothing to do with it. Oh, you don't got nothing to do with it, but you met the person and she introduced. Okay.
Right.
Like, really, I should be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like that shit.
Right. Me neither.
That's shitty shit.
Yeah, and I agree, but I'm like, okay. But, like, again, it's not like, we gotta be honest. It's not like Jay had a choice. It wasn't her choice. It was Corey that did it. And they don't want to, you know what I mean? It wasn't against me. It was just like, okay, this is what Corey wants to do. So I had my talk with Corey and just said, hey, listen, like, the shit that you did is really on you. It's not on the rest of your family. They went along because they're your blood. Not necessarily that they went along with it because that's what they wanted to do, but it's because they kind of forced it. So if I have a problem with anybody, I have a problem with you. Right. But I've never not I've never not attacked anybody. And to be honest, you've seen me go after the post office, where I work, anybody else. If I got a fucking problem with someone, I've always gone after them. I don't have a problem with them. So I went after the person I had a problem with. I said, hey, listen, I got a problem with this bullshit. And yeah, she went after me, but I'm like, yo, listen, I ain't in the wrong. But in the end, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, I'm going to be real with you. I love the woman. But any other misstep outside of that, a second time around, I still love her, but I'm gone. That's a guarantee.
Right.
I've learned. I've sort of learned my lesson. I kind of got blindsided, but I know if it's not good, it's just not good. And if you're willing to do it to me a second time, I don't want to be around for fourth or fifth or third time or whatever. So, I know some of that's a little bit unpopular, but you know what? I'm excited about my grandson, and I can do that with her or without her.
Right, no matter what happens, Darren loves you. He's always going to watch you in his life. You're always going to have a grandchild. You're always going to have your friends.
Yeah.
A while ago, not a long time ago, I mean, I'm only 32, but I had a revelation when I was like 25 because of a relationship that I had. Mm-hmm. And what I experienced in that relationship in a small period of time really opened my eyes and made me feel differently towards relationships. I will go through it real quick, but there is one downside to that. Mm-hmm. I had an experience. I've probably told it to you before, but I won't go into the experience. But I had an experience. I was 25, and then similarly, I had another experience for different, like that re-solidified it. I had a relationship when I was 26. Then I had a relationship when I was like 20 or 25, 24, 25. Then I had a relationship when I was like 27, 28, where probably like 27, where it got solidified again. And from that point on, I slowly but surely realized that for whatever reason, and it doesn't mean that I'm not impervious to heartbreaks just like anybody else. They all affect people in different ways. I've felt my heartbreaks probably as painful as most people. Probably like average. Like I'm probably in a healthy way. I know people that take their breakups and it just fucking ruins their world. As much as it pains me and hurts me to have a breakup and have a situation not work out, it reveals so much about you and somebody else. It reveals a lot of truth about you and about someone else. Not only about truths in terms of your personality and what you can handle but what you thought your situation was with someone. You thought you were somewhere in some state with someone. You thought you knew where you stood with someone. And then you find out you really don't stand in that position at all. And that you might not have for an extended period of time. It's definitely a mind fuck, and that's why it fucks with people's heads. I'm to the point now with relationships where I love relationships, understand the value of them, and I'm talking about intimate relationships with someone you can see yourself connecting your life to. But no matter how much I love someone, it's never going to be something that breaks me. It's never going to be something that breaks the respect that I have for myself. It's never going to be something that overtly impacts me to the degree that it used to impact me when I was younger. I found strength in my family and my friends and my ability to acquire relationships, whether it's family, friends, intimate relationships. I'm starting to become way more secure now in who I am as a person. So I wouldn't say I don't worry about a breakup, because you want, if you really care about someone, you want to try to make them work and stuff, depending on what your, deal breaker boundaries are. Like, if someone cheats on me, I'm gone. And that's not every person. But I know that no matter what happens, that I will be okay and I still have a life to live, and that I can learn from, no matter how bad a situation is, I know I can learn from it and move on and be happy. I think that people let their relationships with someone really take too much of a hold of the fact that they are a single person existing on a specific plane with a specific perception of reality. And I really think people let it become too much a part of them in some ways. It gets to a point where it definitely becomes a part of you while you're in it. But I think people get a little dissociated from the idea of the fact that you can be happy, even if it ends. You can be happy after a heartbreak. People let it affect their self-esteem too much. Like, I used to get broken up with, or I'd have to dump a chick, or I've had something go on with a girl that's just like, I can't believe she did this, X, Y, Z. And it makes you feel bad about yourself. Like, almost like as if, I'm not, am I that shitty of a person? Maybe if I could have been better, she wouldn't have wanted to fuck the dude in the laundromat at 3 a.m. Or maybe if I was better, she wouldn't fucking have left me because she just doesn't like me anymore. Or because I don't have enough money or this or that. I definitely think that people sometimes don't understand that no matter how much you care about someone, two people might not be right for each other. Things of that nature. I think people let it impact their self-esteem and self-worth way too much. I love Chelsea with all my heart. I was just telling my mom the other day, I could see myself being with her for as long as she wants to be with me. She's what I needed, and what I need and needed in a lot of ways in terms of a relationship. Like, in all ways, in terms of a relationship. And as much as I love her, I know I would be okay if she left me. And I think that a lot of people have a hard time being okay. They have a hard time being okay alone. They have a hard time accepting the fact that not all things work out. The fact that we die someday is another thing that's really helped me with my relationships, because it's like, dude, we die someday. Life is too short for you to not be trying to figure out what's best for you in your life. Life's too short for you to not weed out the people that fucking suck and disrespect you and treat you like shit. Someone disrespects me and treats me like shit, they're out of my life. I keep it stepping. It's just hard, and I really feel for people, because I've been there. I used to be someone that, dude, that one specific one I talked about when I was 25, dude, I was bed-stricken for a week. Not bed-stricken, I didn't get up and do nothing, but I just didn't want to do shit. The whole situation fucked me up. Emotionally, philosophically, I'm you think you stay and you think you know how shit's going, and then you start making a projection of where you can see something go, and then you just find out that you were not even on the same playing field as that person. You weren't even reading from the same book.
I never, you know what, and where I hear that
I think that's what hurts people the most.
I think that's what hurts people the most. It's the distortion of reality.
And I've caught some of that because I've always been an independent person. I've always been someone that's never always wanted to escape a relationship, never wanted to be in them because there's always bullshit that goes on. And I've never, like most of my life, I've always kind of been an independent person.
So what's the key word you said there? What's the key word you said in those two sentences?
I've always been an independent person.
Not that. It's one word. You said one word through that. You said you always wanted to what?
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
You said you always wanted to escape a relationship.
Yeah.
And so that's the one downside. I don't ever want to escape a relationship. I used to when I was young, and as I got older, and I started to realize these things I'm telling you, it changed into something else. I do think it could sometimes be unhappy to be very laissez-faire with relationships. You got to understand, just because I know I'll be okay, doesn't mean that I should not put as much effort as I can forward into letting the person know that I love them, and I'm there for them, and I care about them. But I will admit, there is that voice in the back of my head sometimes that's like, I do. Everyone gets those voices like, oh, you ain't worth shit, you're a loser, anything like, it might not work out, like this and that, like self-doubt, like there's always those voices. I think sometimes, I get a little bit, too comfortable. And I
guess I say that because like most of my life I've been more not in a relationship than in a relationship than in
me too.
Relationship. So I've always been like not being in or escape a relationship because it's like that's more comfortable to me than being with someone. So almost like one thing that like Corey hates is when we get into an argument and I start laughing.
All chicks hate that.
Yeah, I always laugh not because I thought that what they were saying was funny, but because they would get mad because they cared about me enough to be mad at me. And I would always find that hilarious because I'm like, I was always a person that was not in relationship. So for someone to get mad enough to yell at me and get crazy, I would laugh because I was like, this person cares about me. It's kind of fucking funny that this person cares about me enough to fucking get nuts and crazy over me because they care about me. And that's what I would always laugh about. But that's not an excuse to get fucked around.
Oh, for sure, 100%. No, honestly, there's no excuse. A real person with integrity, and I've done it, so I know I've been on the receiving end. I've never cheated on anyone, but I've been seeing people are gotten into relationships where I make up my mind. You have no idea. I'm like a fucking executioner. When I make up my mind, truly make up my mind that I don't want to be with someone, I go straight to them, dude, and I tell them that I don't want to be with them. That way, there's no tomfoolery, there's no fuckery. Like, I come to them and I lay it on the table. There's just no time for fucking nonsense. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean... So
I've been in situations where I was hanging out and seeing someone, and I wasn't interested in them anymore, and I legitimately wanted to hang out with somebody else. And I just straight up told them, like, look, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. Like, and I'm not going to go hang out with this other person or cheat or whatever. So I'll just come to someone and tell them. I'm not there. I'm a committed man. I'm in a relationship with a girl that I deeply care about, love now. So, like, those days are super far behind me. But I've always been someone that no woman could ever say that I wasn't honest and that I didn't do anything shitty to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never done anything shitty to anyone.
So, I wasn't on the West Coast. I was on the West Coast. So I was actually dating a girl that was from Arkansas.
Arkansas. Oh, that's wild. Arkansas. I bet you some
Yeah.
winners come from Arkansas, dude.
They do. But anyways, yo, big fucking.
It's like one of the armpits of the fucking United States, dude.
No, yo, nice.
He's
girl.
like, shit, a dump truck though.
Enemy
Yo,
UAV overhead.
had a bubble booty.
Hostile UAV in
fucking-
the area.
And yo, so like when I cut her loose, dudes were like, yo, she got that fat booty. Like all the dudes that was like when I worked at Walmart and hanging out with is like, oh yo, she got that fat booty. Why are you cutting her loose? And I was like, yo, you dudes are just in it to get the butt. You guys don't you guys don't do it and I always thought that was a funny thing because it was like, yeah, she's good looking, she's got a nice body.
I think the whole butt thing's funny because obviously I like butts too. But I had buddies that when I was younger would be like, yo, like look at that chick, I'm gonna go talk to that chick, right? And she looked like someone dragged her face through hot glass behind a horse, right?
Yeah.
But he'd be like, I'm like, you're gonna talk to her? He goes, yeah, but look at that ass though. It's like, oh, so you're willing to risk everything else just for a dump truck, dude. That shit's fucking funny.
Yeah.
I've never been that guy. I need a woman to be well rounded. I need to be attracted to like everything, like not just one thing. Like I've never just seen a big old ass and been like, I need to fucking go over there, run over there, just talk to her. She's got a big butt. That's never been my thing. I do like butts though.
No, so.
Oh, now the Eagles are pulling away.
So she did so at first I almost didn't know that she even existed. Okay, Mills went down. That's that. I didn't even know that she existed. So I was working at a Walmart on the West Coast, and then someone was like, yo, someone here thinks you look all right, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. And the dude that I was chilling with, not part of my crew, but like a dude that and this dude was from Arkansas too.
Arkansas.
Right. So when I was out there, he was like, and a couple times I went out with him, kicked it. He took me to the spots, to the ghetto spots out there, which was dope. Monster fucking spots. And the spots we were looking at, NFL football. I would roll up in there. The only weird thing about the West Coast is that the games start at 10 o'clock. That's the bullshit. Yeah. But they're serving full-on breakfast, and they're serving fucking pitchers at 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
So, you fucking roasted by noon. You're roasted. So, anyways, so he was like, yo, homegirls wants to know what you about. And I was like, what? What's going on? And she worked at Walmart. I was working the late night shift at Walmart. But she was there, and he was like, yo, homegirls is, she had asked. So he was seeing some girl that was working there. And so, obviously I'm kicking it with him. So she's like, she went to the girl and was like, yo, what's up with him? And blah, blah, blah. So he's like, yo, she want to kick it. So I was like, okay. So I started when I come in, she'd be there, not for long. So I'd go over, kick it with her and talk to her or whatever. And so she's like, hey, you wanna kick it? And I was like, or you wanna do something? And I was like, yo, we'll go out. So I actually took her to a spot, which ended up being not a great spot because it was a place where you can get brewed.
It was like that date on Half Baked.
Yeah, so she don't drink. She don't do nothing. I was like, man, I kind of set this up kind of bad. So she had a drink that she really did not drink. She took a couple sips and was like, "It's good," and actually, she actually liked it. She's just not a drinker. So I ended up drinking my drinks and then finishing her drink, and then we go back to her crib, and she was like, "So what you want to do?" And I was like, "I don't know. What do you want to do?" So we did that thing. The problem, yo, black chick, very cute.
How dare you?
Bubble butt, right in my wheelhouse. So, but I was really not
We are losing ground. Secure the perimeter.
into having a girlfriend. She was really into having. She had 2 kids.
Oh, she was
I'm off the
stepdad.
Well, yes, no, not really. She wasn't. But the problem is that it came around time where it was like Thanksgiving, and she wanted me to
Go to
with
Thanksgiving
her
with the family.
with people that she knew out there that were kind of family to her out there. I wasn't feeling that vibe because I was like, not that I didn't like the kids or anything else. Like I didn't want a family. I didn't want that kind of life.
She's like, I thought you were different.
Right. While I've been smashing her, yo, literally, I was. And this is what a scumbag I was. Not a scumbag, but I was just kind of a dude just doing my thing. I would literally go with my boy, hang out at the bars on my days off, drink whatever, you know, smoke some herb, do whatever, we go kick it. And then when I'm feeling my weedies, I would give her a call at night and I could just creep over to her place and fucking smack. And it's kind of like, when I look back at it, I was like, man, that's kind of fucking a scumbag fucking thing that I was doing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not really, but I mean, you were honest with her, like.
But I wasn't with her. But like,
you thought you felt like you had a beat on if she wanted more, and you were kind of like,
right,
sort of thing. Yeah.
Right.
So speaking of that, that's probably the worst thing I've ever done. Not to the extent you did, because I never hooked up with this person. But I got to once I got to like a little while before I started dating Chell, I was like I went on a string of dates. And I was like trying to like find an actual girlfriend, like it's what I wanted. I was like in date mode, get to know people mode, all that stuff. So many of my relationships that I got into, like me, I don't know if it's been the way it's gone for you, but most of the time, women like me. I hang out with them long enough. They're immediately trying to have sex with me, all that other shit. So like. A lot of my relationships, I always have been someone where I like to get to know people, right? So a lot of my relationships, I felt like, I could be wrong, I feel like maybe not. I got another buddy, it's like, man, it goes, if it feels right and you guys want to, there's nothing wrong with doing it at any time. And in theory, I do agree with that. But I just was trying to take a different approach, though, as I got closer to 30. I'm like, I want to find an actual good woman. I want to spend time with her, get to know her. Like, I feel like a lot of times, you know, I end up getting to know someone and we kind of just have sex for a while or whatever, and then it doesn't go anywhere. So I was just trying to take a different approach. I'm like, maybe I'll not try to fuck or, like, or maybe I won't, like, give in to just banging early and shit and really get to know someone. So I started going on dates, and I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. And then I went on a date, and I had a good time with someone before I met Chow. And we hung out for, like, probably like a month and a half, 2 months on and off, and I hadn't hooked up with her or anything like that because I was really trying to get to know her, and I was like, there was things I really liked about her, but then I had a couple instances where I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know if this girl's right for me, I don't know how I feel about this or whatever. Needless to say, eventually, like, at an inopportune time, I just had to do it. Like, around the holidays, I was kind of like, yeah, I don't think we're right for each other, this and that, blah blah blah. And I never did anything with her, nothing. I never used her, abused her, treated her like shit. I never did anything bad to her. Like I could have been one of these guys where I just fucked the shit out of her for 2 months, and then I was like, yeah, I don't think you're right for me. I didn't do that. That's like the worst thing I ever done, because like she was really, I know for a fact she was super fucking upset about it. I haven't heard from her, haven't talked to her about it since or anything like that. And it's a good friend of mine's best friend. She hooked us up on a date. We started hanging out and stuff, and she's a nice girl. I'd recommend her to anyone that was like, hey, how do you feel about this person? I have nothing but good things to say about this person. I had a lot of good time, spent a lot of good time with her. But I didn't do anything fucked up. I didn't take advantage of her. And after a while, I was kind of like, and we didn't hang out as much as like most people hang out. Our work schedules conflicted all the time, so we were lucky if we hung out once a week. We hang out once a week. We're lucky if we hung out twice a week. So it's not like I was with this person every single day. But yeah, to this day, I kind of feel bad about that situation. You know, like you know, I would have done the same thing again, but you know, I think in her mind, she was probably like, hey, like you didn't know this like a month ago because we'd been hanging out for a little bit. You know, like I think she probably was like, this motherfucker's wasting my time. But I genuinely had fun hanging out with her. Like, to this day, if she wanted to be my friend, we haven't talked since. Won't talk too much because, like, she gave me a snotty message that I didn't like. Well, whether she thought I deserved it or not, I was like, okay, I'm going to leave that alone and or whatever, but she's a good person. She just wasn't for me.
So I've had these relationships, most of my relationships with women because I'm a good dude, and I don't, like, again, I don't talk down to women, I don't treat them like they're, every relationship I've been in, whether it's been just a sexual one or it's actually been a relationship, I've never made the person feel like they weren't important. And then every time I've been with another woman and they actually asked about my other relationships, I said, you gotta be careful on how you ask about my last relationships, because it's a double-edged sword. Either you're asking to see how many women I've been involved with, or you're actually trying to see what my involvement with women are. So it's a double-edged sword, and I don't know what you're trying to find out, but like, you might not be happy with either, because I don't have bad relationships with women. Right. I actually have good relationships. I'm not an abuser. I don't try to come out here, and whether it's physically or emotionally or anything else like that, I'm not going to do that. The problem with that girl that I was talking about is that she caught me in the space when I was in my 20s, and I just wanted to live my life. But I'm not a bad dude. So I was getting away with, she was allowing me to get away with, you know, I go out, hang out with my boys, drink, and I can just slide in, and
which, you know, some of those situations can be fun and be healthy too. Like, you know, if obviously, you know, a normal human being can process those situations, and if they don't work out, it's not the end of the world. Like, you know, I've experienced all kinds of wild shit. Like, if that's the worst thing that's ever gone on between me and a chick, I've had so much nasty shit happen to me. Like, so I you know, but there is a part of me that, you know, feel like wishes I could run into that person someday and be like, hey, I want to let you know that, like, I don't want to feel like I got to say I'm sorry, but like, I just want to let them know that, like, that's not what how I meant for, like, that to go down, you know, sometimes.
I could not run into that girl again, because
I could probably run into this one again.
No, so with her, what ended up happening, pick by the reason. What ended up happening is like, I kind of, like, I was out, and I'm chilling, and, like, I'm getting the hook right. I don't even, again, I always put it out there, and I'm being honest. I'm an average looking dude. But when I was on the West Coast,
This dude.
man, yo, I was, yo, lightning in the bottle way too many times. But so here was the thing. So like,
Hey, listen, not to cut you off, but I was thinking about this the other day. You know how you're like, I'm an average looking dude. I was thinking about this the other day. When you take a serious stop and you look around and you see how, not trying to be a fucking asshole, it's just the truth. When you take a look around and you actually realize how fugly most people are, I'm a good looking dude. You're a good looking dude. I see the average person, man, is not handsome, not attractive. Like physically, objectively, based off what biological standards, like what we've proven to be what people find the most attractive. Like, it's not been an asshole thing. Like, I've seen kids there's kids I went to school with that I knew, knowing how bad self-esteem affects kids. I think to myself, man, I'm so happy I didn't look like that kid. And you see them now when they're older, and it's like, oh boy, and looks are everything. But when you grow up in a society that like values that type of shit, you're gonna have to. It's gonna be harder for you to navigate it sometimes.
I mean,
And that's just true.
I'd like to put myself in the average looking dude, but I will tell you this. This has been the second time I've been on the route delivering mail. Second fucking time. And I'm being 100% honestly serious. A woman has stopped me and said, do you have a wife or a girlfriend? And I said, yes, I do. And they were like, okay. And then, like, I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And you just let me walk off.
That means they want to suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
So I walked off and I was like, okay, I don't need to know anything else. But, so at the time I was in my 20s. I was out there on the West Coast. I was getting. Listen, we were hitting up clubs, and okay. So I'm gonna tell you a couple different stories. I'm trying to tell you them really quick. So I used to hang out with this dude. He's from Arkansas, and he has some friends.
What's with all these dudes from Arkansas?
No. So it was really weird because the girl I was seeing and him were both from Arkansas. But everyone else was like Mississippi, whatever. But the weird thing is there's a lot of southern people that are transplants that move up into the Portland area, right. West Coast. It's just a flourishing area. There's not
hippies, liberals.
No. So that's very
Nirvana.
Not only that. We went to where Kurt Cobain grew up. We went to Jimi Hendrix's gravesite. But anyways, moving on from that. The West Coast is very liberal out there, but you can get jobs all day, any day out there. The motherfuckers are so laid back they don't even want to work. So when we went out there, we wanted to work, but that was kind of the thing. Like so a lot of people that are transplants in the South move out to the West Coast because the opportunity, if you're a hard worker, you can get a job, get paid well, bam, and make a life for yourself. And that's kind of the issue out there. Every single highway you turn off, every single road you turn off, there's someone begging for change, needs money, whatever. It's that kind of, because they're a bunch of hippies and they don't want to work, they just want to fucking be lazeballs. And that's kind of the thing out there on the West Coast. So, moving on to the issue of like how I looked. I was in my 20s. I had that same concept where I looked average. But unfortunately out there, and fortunately for me, I'm a dude that works. I'm a dude that is... Oh, Jalen Hurts fumbled. I'm a dude that out there is halfway decent looking. So when I used to hang out with these dudes, this dude from Arkansas, and hang out with his friends, yo, the crazy thing is a lot of these dudes had good fucking jobs. I remember we went to Eugene, Oregon, where University of Oregon is.
Home and jail, son.
And so, yes. So when I was out there, like, we hit it. We literally were. I was in a Denali. Yo, it was an extended Denali. Yo, we're fucking. Yo, we had Corona. I promise you, I was cutting limes on the box of the Coronas and throwing them into the Coronas and passing them around in the fucking vehicle. It was fucking insane. We were smoking blunts. We were like, we were fucking lit. We were drinking, and these dudes thought that I was so fucking like introverted and soft that so they bring this chick out. It was a whole bunch of dudes and this one chick. So this one chick the whole time was telling me how to talk to girls and whatever. And I'm just looking at her. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we get to the club. We hit the club. Yo, I'm out there. We smoked. We had Coronas. I get to the club. I get a drink there. I'm dancing, whatever. So I'm having a good time. And this chick is trying to tell me how to pick up women. And I thought it was the weirdest thing. I was like, why did you pick me out of everyone in your fucking vehicle, right? Everyone went to their hotel room alone.
Reloading.
I was the one that got picked up at the fucking club. I smashed this girl out. Straight smashed her out.
Cold-blooded online.
But here's the funny part. So like, she's telling me how to pick up chicks and whatever, and my homeboy, that's my real homeboy, he goes to go talk to this chick. So we parked in the parking garage, and we're walking back to the spot, and I had technically seen this girl at the bar kind of like checking me out, but I was like, oh, whatever, no big deal.
Hostile
So,
incoming.
but I was like, when you got a little buzz and you think like, hypothetically, every girl's whatever.
That's Adam.
Right, so I get into the vehicle, man. I get in. I said I'm in the vehicle. So my boy was like, I'm about to shoot my shot. Right? So he goes talking to the chick. So he comes back to the vehicle. I was like, you about to get something? What's good, man? He was like, nah, Negro, she want to talk to you. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, she want to kick it with you. So I was like, nah, you really you fucking me. And I was like, man, I was like, I know you. You would fuck with me, rather. You know what I mean? Like, you would try to put me out there. I'd go over there and make a fool of myself. He was like, if anything, I'm being serious. Chick wants to with you. So I roll over. I'm like
LeBron at the Olympics?
She was in her car. I just basically rolled over and opened her door and sit in her passenger seat. It was fucking weird. So, and I was like, what's good? And she was like, what's your name? Not a bad looking chick. She was like, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, Tom, whatever. And she was like, what you getting into tonight? And I was like,
kiss her hand?
No. I just was like, me and the boys, we drove all the way out here, but from what I knew from we were gonna kick it in a hotel. So me and my boy were gonna share a hotel room, like twin beds. He on one, me on the other. Because we thought like, you come out here, dance, have a good time, but we never necessarily thought we were gonna pick up chicks. That wasn't really the idea. It was the idea for us to have a good time. So I was like, no, we're gonna get a hotel and then we're going back tomorrow. And she was like, am I invited? And I was like, well, yeah. I mean, you're invited with me. So I really didn't know what was cooking. You know, like, I didn't know how I was gonna cook. So I paid for the hotel room. Me and my boy got a twin. But I told my homeboy, I was like, yo, you gotta stay away until I do my thing. And, yo, literally, I was smashing the girl out. Homeboy came up to the door, knocked on the door, and was like, yo, what's good? And I was like, man, you gotta stay away for like another half an hour. I gotta finish this out. And it was crazy. And then he was like, yo, this homegirl wants like another. I actually went to homegirls and I was like, yo, my boy wants, you know, are you down with like, you know, me and him running up on you? She was like, no. And I was like, I went back there, I was like, no, she ain't down with it. And so he's like, it's all good. And he went back, he stood over there, and then eventually, like, I texted him, I was like, yo, you good to come back so we can get into the other bed, and then I smashed homegirls out. But then she actually gave me her number, and I never called her. And I was like, but that was the thing. I was like, I went around with the idea of, like, kind of saying that, like, I was average, but, like, yo, the West Coast is actually kind of different. But
Friendly SAE launched. The enemy holds the cargo.
I actually had good luck out there. I mean, that's just an example that I had, like, really good luck. But I actually had good luck out there.
Friendly UAV on station.
It's a fickle, you know, that's kind of a fickle thing. I mean, I had good luck. I had bad runs. You know what I mean? Like, and when I was with, you know, I was chilling with homegirl that was in Arkansas, and she actually kind of wanted a relationship. I didn't, like, I wasn't feeling that relationship. But the problem is I was getting a piece or two on the side from just these random chicks. Why the hell would I want a relationship? Like, why would I be locked into one when I can just get shit on the random? Also, like, I was just in a different space. But that was kind of my space during that time. Again, she was kind of cool. Like, it wasn't right, but she was actually kind of cool with, like, I would go hang out with my boy, and I'm trying to be out here trying to get shit, wouldn't get nothing, and then, like I said, 2, 3 in the morning, I would hit her up and be like, yo, what you doing? She was like, yo, I'm just chilling, and I just roll through and, you know, like, it was kind of, it was always a weird thing to me, because that's not how my role is, you know what I mean? But I was getting away with it, so I just rolled with it, you know? I mean, I'm laughing about it now, because it's like, I wasn't even that cool or that dude that I was like that smooth to do that.
We've lost the lead.
Right.
Our UAV.
And again, like that's probably the worst of my offenses, you know, the women. But again, she was rolling with it, so it wasn't like.
Well, I mean, it just sounds like you had fun. It doesn't sound like anything bad.
But in the end, when like she wanted to do something on Thanksgiving.
Right. Oh, it's the same girl, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, nah, because she had 2 kids, and I was just like, I don't want a relationship. And like, probably the week before, like, I had went out, like, yo, I had grabbed me like a nice white cap, I grabbed me some gear and that stuff, and I went out, and I kicked it with the, I mean, yo, I'm sorry.
Right.
She was bad. I mean, like, I just, like, I kicked it with her once, and that was it. But she was so bad, I was like, yo, that's weird. Like, yo, sometimes you just get a comment, gotta grab on, just take that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not it's not. It wasn't like again, it wasn't bad in the sense like I was kind of being. I was out hanging with my boys. The club that we normally go to, and it was the same place we went and watched football early in the morning.
Friendly UAV on
But I
station.
went to that
Our
club.
UAV is
I'm sitting in the
orbiting.
corner. I wasn't really even dancing, which I normally do. I kind of get into it, but I was kind of just chilling. It was one of those weeks where
Doing your dance moves like your dad.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
ride
I was
this.
kind of. So it was one of them hard weeks. I just was working hard. I wasn't really feeling the dance, but like I was just out because it was like my boy was out. I was off. I could chill with him, and this dude was actually this is actually when I figured out that this dude was setting me up. So like they have microbrews. So I was drinking microbrews, right? And this dude wasn't in the beer. He was in Hennessy. So I'm drinking these brews, and like, so he knew brews all around there. Yo, brews would show up like, yo, and I swear to God, this dude's name was Cletus. So they were
What was
like,
his name?
Cletus.
Cletus.
Cletus from Arkansas.
Oh, you're out there.
So he was like, so people would roll up because they knew him because he was up in Portland for a while. So they're like, yo, Cletus, yo, what's up, homeboy? And they knew him, and they knew that he liked Hennessy. So they would buy him a shot or a double
Get him
shot
the
of
yak.
Hennessy. In the snifter glass. Get him the yak. And I mean, and this bar knew him, knew us, knew our people. They wouldn't, and the tip. I always knew the tip. I've always known that from years. Listen, always tip your bartender, make them feel good, whatever. And when I got around them, they did the same thing. So, when they would give him a glass of yak, they give him a fucking glass of yak. They would give him some fucking syrup, give him like a shot and a half instead of just a shot. You know what I mean? In a snifter glass.
Copy that.
So
Wheels
these
in
dudes
online.
were coming out here and was like, yo, Cletus, and they knew that he liked Hennessy. Just give him a shot of Hennessy. And they knew that they would get right to his heart. So I would get microbrew. I'd just get beer. So I was getting beer and I was like, yo, this is more like a lager. Why is this shit so dark tonight? This motherfucker was taking, so he would run into dudes and he would get like 2-3 shots of Hennessy. He was taking those shots and throwing them into my beer. And I was getting fucked up at nights. And I mean fucked up. I'm like, dude, what's going on? And like, all of a sudden, next thing you know, I started kicking it with these chicks. Next thing you know, in some random place, like, it's gonna be, and like, whatever. But this one night, the dude gave me $4 my yak, and I called him out on my yo, motherfucker, why are you pouring the Hennessy in my beer? Just tell me you got extra Hennessy, I'll just drink it, and then I'll drink my beer. So I'm kind of fucked up. I'm chilling in the corner. This motherfucker been fucking setting me up with this fucking Hennessy. So I'm in the corner, and I'm just like, I'm high as fuck, and I'm just sitting there. And I actually went out. I got a fucking nice white hat, nice fucking brimmed white hat. Got fucking nice setup, clothes, everything. I really fucking hit it out there. So we out there. This badass chick come at me, and I was like, I just can't even think about it. I just gotta take it. Like you can't like she come at you and like, okay, you tell me what's it gonna be. And I just took it, never seen her again. But sometimes you just gotta do it. But I was fucked up. I couldn't believe it, but I was like, man, like, but I always consider myself an average dude. But like,